What's happening, guys? Just before we start this week's episode, I want to let you know, if you love this podcast and you want more of it, you can get an extra episode every single week exclusively on patreon.com/haveawordpod. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a way for you to financially support this podcast whilst also getting some benefits for yourself in return. You can sign up for £3 a month, £5 a month, £10 a month, and obviously the more money you give, the more benefits you get. But even if you just sign up for that £3 a month, which is the price of a fancy coffee or a pint in a shit boozer, you get an extra episode every single week, exclusive. No one else gets to see it apart from the Patreons. And you also get 24 to 48 hours early access to the public episodes as well. That's what you get. And on top of all of that, you get access to the entire back catalogue of the Patreon episodes. We've been doing that for like a year now. There's loads of content there. There's also the 2 lockdown lock-ins we did in this room where we got dead drunk. They only go on Patreon. The ones we do in the future of them will only go on Patreon. If you support us, you get shitloads of content for us, and you can only get it at patreon.com/haveawordpod. Go sign up now. Pause it here, sign up, and then come back to this episode. It's going to be a belter.
So, Laura's gone.
Where? Colombia?
Mozambique?
Azerbaijan?
Ontario?
Cayman Islands? She run a Nestle? She's shagging a ballet dancer called Roger. Where's she gone?
Bedfordshire to her mother's.
Why?
No argument. No fight. It's not my style. I've peaked. I've peaked with this lady. I'm keeping her long term. Legally, emotionally, she's tied down. Financially, defo tied down.
Is the house in both of your names?
Yeah.
It's a joint thing.
Fidda.
So you can't kick her out?
No. There's also the court system that will defend women from being booted out.
Really?
The fucking dishes haven't been done again! Fuck off, Debbie! You're out! You're in the garage, you lazy bitch!
See, whenever I buy a house, I'm not putting anyone else's name on it.
No, of course. But as if you buy the house, yeah, that's... If you
I
buy,
can take them out then.
If you buy... yeah, I think so. Yeah. Unless it's
my house, not her house.
Unless there is a point in time when I think it gets a bit squirrely. Anyway, the landscapers are in the garden. There's 2 skips on the front. It literally looks like a gypsy's fucking front garden.
Yeah.
Sorry, a traveller's front garden.
Do travellers have front gardens? Surely by their very nature, they don't have gardens.
I think they have caravan, skip, fire pit, and 4 dogs. Boxing ring. I don't know. I don't know the culture.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Horse and carriage.
Fake landscaping company.
I'll tell you what, if you don't know the culture, that was a fucking educated guess and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've basically watched Snatch. Do you like that? Do I like dogs? Oh, yeah.
I like caravans more.
I like You're very welcome.
You're very welcome. Get the boy a drink.
Do you know what's mad about Snatch?
She's basic. Can I just fucking finish this one thing and you come back to Snatch?
Isn't it?
Can you just finish this one thing?
Mad.
Laura's gone.
She's gone.
Yeah. For a week. It's the best thing ever.
She took Etta with her.
She's took Etta. What? Yeah. She doesn't go and leave the child. We're not having landscapers, fucking bathroom being ripped out. We've timed this so horrifically. And I know it's not the rules, but my mother-in-law and her partner have been shielding. They can't be in the house, so they've had to fuck off to Bedfordshire, maybe illegally, but I'll take the fine because you cannot have pregnant wife and child around a bathroom that's got ripped out. It looks like a fucking grenade's gone off upstairs, and then all the landscapers like, lads, I'll have this done in 25 fucking minutes, lads. And you know he thinks I'm a Tory as well. I've just got that vibe about him, like, look at you with a fucking Volvo, you fucking Tory.
You do give a bit of a Tory vibe.
What's this? Fucking cheese, you fucking Tory.
What do you get that vibe off?
Trees in your house.
Yeah, what?
It's Tory, that.
Trees in his house, yeah.
Are the apple trees?
Oh, fucking hell.
Have you got apple trees?
What?
Have you got apple trees in your garden?
No.
Oh.
I haven't got anything in my garden. He's ripped it all out.
My cousin had apple trees in his garden when we were growing up. He lives in Verzachley, which is exactly as rough as it sounds. If you're not from Liverpool, Verzachley.
Yeah.
Verzachley.
So I was born, Verzachley Hospital. So everyone was born in it.
No, I was born in the Font. Like, that used to be a hospital. You know, the Font, the student pub in town.
At the old women's.
What?
At the old women's.
No, I think it's called, like, Oxford
Were you
Street
born in a It's a Scream maternity ward? That sounds like...
What?
That sounds like genuinely like the Font just sounds like
the Font is a student pub that me and Carl used to spend a lot of time in because they used to play. They had an Xbox in there and FIFA.
Oh, I love those pubs.
So you could.
I mean, I don't now, but I did when I was alive.
Yeah, we won a quiz there once, didn't we?
And we cheated.
We cheated a lot.
Yeah.
And we won a crate of beer because we were like, they said the prize is 24 cans of Red Stripe, and we were like, fucking sick this.
No, it was double bottles of Sagres.
Was it?
Just the big Sagres.
Yeah.
24.
And we
So that's like 48 beers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we thought, right, we'll have a cheap night out here because we'll win the quiz by cheating. Right. And
Then drink the beers.
When we
just
say
easy.
cheat,
And they went, yeah, you can't drink them here. You've got to take them home. And we were like, we live in West Derby. We're going on a night out.
That is honestly, that's entrapment, that.
Yeah.
and when we say cheating, we were just dead smart.
What was our team name, Carl?
I don't know, what was it?
I remember what it was.
Was it Les Dennis and the Horses?
No, it was much more horrific than that.
Oh.
I don't even want to say it out loud, actually. I think it belongs
bad?
on Patreon.
It's in there. You're going to unlock it when you say it.
Tune in next week for Adam's pub quiz name. Can you just give us a realm of, was it topical at the time?
Okay, I'll
Did it include a missing child?
No.
Okay.
I've got to contextualize this. There was a prize for the most offensive
Yeah.
Oh, well,
team name.
Then I almost feel like that's...
And ours was Jade Goody's missed smear test.
Oh, yeah. You did unlock it. I'd put that away.
No wordplay. Just brutal. You know, sometimes, like, pub quizzes are like, it's a little bit of wordplay. Nope. Not with young Adam and young Carl. Jade Goody's missed smear test. Had she already died of ovarian cancer? Yes, she fucking had.
Obviously.
Woo! And did you win for that?
No, because you couldn't win if you also won the quiz.
We were too good.
So I think
How did you cheat?
I had a BlackBerry.
Phones. Yeah, he had a
This was
phone.
before phones were like massive. I had a BlackBerry.
When they had the full QWERTY keyboard?
Yeah.
Fucking
But if I
BlackBerry.
remember rightly, I think what they did was they went, right, so you guys have won the quiz, and they'd have they went, right, let's go through the names now for the thing. And then they picked one, and they went, the actual winners of the most offensive team name would have been them, but they've already won, so they're not getting it. Because like the second prize was like a bottle of wine or something.
That you couldn't drink in the fucking pub.
No, but the wine you could. And we were like, can we just have the wine? Because we want to drink it here. And they were like, no, they've won the most
Do you
offensive
remember what
team
we did
name.
like 2 years later?
We went in and tried to get it.
We went in 2 years later and went, can we have our prize for the pub quiz?
Because they told us we could come back and pick it up.
Completely different branding, completely different management. Like the staff are like, mate, I'm going to work here for 2 more weeks. I've been here 3.
We actually went, can we have a crate? Because we said we won something 2 years ago.
Yeah, no worries, lad. I'll just write that down on wastage.
Is it Jade? Is that your name, yeah? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we
Why is there a crate missing? Hey, fair.
The
Come on,
things
fair.
we knew, the answers we got in that quiz were insane. Like, we didn't cheat smart. Like, we get that one wrong. It was like, I don't know, where was the queen born, or like how many toes has she got? And we knew that. Bang on.
They were the worst.
There were things that University Challenge.
The worst examples of tricky
Where's the
questions.
queen born? How many toes has she got?
How many toes
10.
has the queen got? How many have lizards got?
I remember one of them was like, what's the latitude and longitude of the Amazon River or something mad?
We got it.
And we were like, oh, I know that. Speaking of that yesterday. Just got it.
Like the kids, and you see it loads in TV programs and films, like the kids that steal the cheat sheet from school in America, and then they sit the exam, but then they get 100% and they get found out. Like, it's the most obvious tell, but the font in Liverpool, like, fucking geniuses, these are. I mean, they've got a pretty fucking dark sense of humour, Lee.
Half an hour before, we're throwing their Xbox pads at a shit telly because FIFA's doing that, I didn't.
Yeah, but it was before phones. I had a BlackBerry with the fucking WAP. Remember WAP?
They are WAP.
Wet ass pussy. Yeah. But it's not. It's web access portal.
Yes.
So Brad Pitt was in Snatch.
He was, yeah.
Laura's gone. You guys are cheat.
Yes.
You were born in the font.
I was born in the
and
font.
Brad Pitt was in Snatch.
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Next.
I can tell everyone's in a good mood. We're like,
it is mad that Brad Pitt's in that, though, isn't it?
Because he loved Lock, Stock so much.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Big Guy Ritchie
He
fan.
asked to be in. He has to be in the next project.
That's mad, and they've gone, hey, you can be in it.
Guy Ritchie made some fucking sick films.
Yeah, he did. And then he had a bit of a weird period, didn't it? They were his two. Lock, Stock.
He made Love Actually, didn't he?
Lock, Stock came out when I was finishing my GCSEs, or was I in A-levels? It was like 97, 98. And it was the coolest shit.
It's got the best soundtrack, I think. Or one of the best soundtracks.
I love
British, anyway.
Yeah.
Has to.
And we got the soundtrack and then learn all the fucking bits in between. Like, don't know, Tom. Seems expensive. seems. Well, this seems to be a waste of my time. That is 900 nick in any shop you're lucky enough to find in it. And you're complaining at over 200. What school?
Did you watch it last night?
What school of finance did you study?
It's a steal.
It's a deal. It's sale of the fucking century. In fact, Nick, fuck it. I think I'll keep it. All right. Keep your Allens on. Jesus Christ. You could choke a dozen donkeys on that. What do you do when you're not buying stereos, Nick? Finance revolutions.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I honestly haven't seen that film for 20 years. But when you're that age, you're such a fucking sponge for that sort of stuff. And we listen to that soundtrack all the time.
It's so good.
So good. In fact, I am going to rewatch Lock, Stock while Laura's gone.
Laura's gone.
She's gone.
Is she coming back?
I'm going to be watching too much porn.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at the garden with 1,000-yard stare because it's a shithole. And then I'm going to watch Lock, Stock and then have another wank.
Do you watch, like, worse porn when Laura's not in because you're not scared about getting caught?
No. No, I've got my same, like, not just going to bed and, like, looking at dirty Twitter.
You have the volume on louder?
Yeah. I don't even wear headphones. That's the treat. That's the treat.
Yeah.
I've got
for the one.
Dan looks like this when he's wanking. And they're on.
That hoodie puts the roadcaster on.
You must be facing the door as well, because otherwise you wouldn't hear them coming in if you got your headphones on.
I honestly, when everyone's in bed and I go to bed, it's just quickly get Twitter out, pull the pud. It's very functional, practical.
Pull the pud.
Yeah. But when Laura's gone, when the house is empty, dare to treat themselves nice. I'm close to
put it on your surround sound.
Literally.
Do you have a sexy one?
I've got close to the point of like lighting some candles and make it romantic. Do you know,
Sexy
treat myself.
Put them out when you come.
It was already gross. It's so funny with Adam. He's like, yeah, this isn't gross enough. I've got layers. Let's add one. The dirty onion.
But yeah, whenever I buy a house, I'm going to have it written into the thing that I can kick it out whenever I want.
Yeah, it's what friends of ours have done. I don't want to get them into shit, but we've got comedian friends who are very sensible and be like, this is my money. It's my name on the mortgage. I love you to bits. You live here and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's my house.
Yeah, you can decorate it however you want.
However, if you're with Sam, she doesn't put a penny in and you own 100%, I don't know what the legalities are, but after a certain amount of time, they're basically like your common law wife.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So what I would do in that case then, I'll look into it before I buy the house.
Have a break.
No, I'll just rent a flat and like I'll just slowly decorate it with stuff that it looks like she could own. And if she's ever like, no, I'm a common law wife, I'll go, she fucking lives in a flat 5 days a week. And when they look into it, they'll go there and they'll be like, oh my God, and I'll plant her DNA there. I'll like cut her hair when she's asleep.
God.
Take her eyelashes off. And I'll just spread them around the house.
Is Sam gone? Because it sounds like you're planning to murder Sam. Like, she lived there and I don't know how she died. Her DNA's all over her flat. That's how you know I didn't kill her. The blood splatters in her flat that she didn't know about that I've paid for.
Subtle.
And I've eaten the leg of lamb. So fuck off. You can't go to prison if you've eaten the weapon.
Imagine if you said, hey, I'll just follow the DNA and I've eaten the weapon. You don't do about it.
But I think that way. She lives there. She can't have half my house. She lives there.
She'd have that house though.
Loads of very successful couples live separately. Like, it's not
You're not
a bad
meant to
idea.
live with women as a man, and women are not meant to live with men.
Here it is. Adam, what? Who hurt you, Adam? Who hurt you?
Though.
How many divorces have you secretly been through? You talk like a 50-year-old who's been married 3 times and been had all of your money taken off you by these, like, you are 29.
Women and men just want different things.
Is this you coming out? Are you gay?
I'd love to be gay.
This is why.
Suck a bit of dick and play FIFA with your mate. What a life that is.
Classic gay scene. That's what. I don't know if you've been to Pride, but they get dolled up, sit down with the boyfriend or common law husband, and they just play FIFA. Bit of a nosh. FIFA. Oh my God, you scored a goal. I get to come in your ass. That is the gay scene. That is the gay scene.
It would be better though. I'd much rather be gay, but unfortunately, I'm attracted to very beautiful women. Okay.
Good save.
Yeah.
Just think public episode.
And one day I'll find one. It was a joke. She doesn't watch. Yeah, men aren't meant to live with women. Women aren't meant to live with men. It would be much better.
Who are you meant to live with?
What?
Who are you meant to live with?
No one. All your friends. So what should happen is there should be a 3-bedroom house with 3 men in, and their wives should all live together in another house.
Right.
Three of them.
Like a separate high school, but for grown men.
Yeah.
Right.
So 3 men living together, and then the 3...
Shithole. Absolute pigsty.
Not necessarily.
Why
You're
don't-
quite tidy. We'll have you, and you'll sort our mess out.
Honestly.
Deal.
Honestly. I'm at the point now, I've said it before, I living with a partner's fine. I'm not slagging it off. It's great. But the only other option is fucking on my own. You can't live with lads.
Why?
It's grim.
Now, if we live together and all of our female ladies live together in the next house.
I love doing this podcast. One of my favourite bits is when we've nailed the podcast, going home. You know what I mean? Imagine living together and then being like, should we go and do the podcast? Be like,
No, but imagine if we just got another room in this building and we all lived in that.
right, great.
We have?
Yeah.
Next door?
No, a third one.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Be good, that, wouldn't it? You can do all the tidying. Me and Carl
Play FIFA?
can play FIFA.
I'll murder you. I'll be buying legs of lamb all over the shop.
And we'll eat them.
Yeah. Cook them for us. I'll cook. You do the dishes. And listen.
I'll dry.
Every girl I've ever been with, for some reason, doesn't want as big a telly as possible. And I don't get it. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, can we talk about this? I've heard a little bit
like
of, it's a bit chavvy to have a big telly. You're like, anyone who talks like that is not a sports fan.
No.
Because I'm lining up TVs for the garden office,
Yeah.
going 55-inch.
That's small.
It's
Is it a fucking 80?
No,
Why?
because they are redonkulous, aren't they?
No.
Exactly.
See,
You
I
get-
knew you were a woman deep down, you know.
55-inch in a garden office that's not colossal is a massive screen.
Oh, is it not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a huge room. It's not as big as, you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
my head, it was just
should
room.
fill one wall.
Yeah. I don't like wall-mounted TVs, though. I like a little bit. I like the ability to sort of.
Twist it to where you sat.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
40,
it should be
40-inch below, what is it? 2007?
Yeah,
I'm not
so
doing it.
I've got a 49-inch in the living room, and that's because when I was with my ex-girlfriend on Black Friday, she was like, I don't want any bigger than 42. 42 is the limit. Don't get a bigger one than 42.
Why?
Because for some reason, women don't want tellies to be massive. So then I was like, right, I went on the Black Friday deals, and the 49-inch was the exact same price as the 42.
Come on.
And the only reason she let me get the 49 was because it didn't make sense and we got an extra 7 inches for free. So she was like, right, you can get that, but no bigger. That 49-inch, I think, would be perfect for the bedroom. It's a nice size. It would pretty much fill the wall.
I've got 50-inch in my bedroom.
Yeah. Downstairs, I want basically, I want a wall with a 4K projector pointing at it. I just want a massive fucking 80-inch.
Oh, the NFL on a big screen is just something else. Particularly if you're not at an angle. If it's bang in front of you, you're like, oh, immerse me in the game. I love that shit.
Yeah. The girls I was with before, my most recent girlfriend, they were like that. And the other night I was in bed with my girlfriend now, Sam, and I was like, I want to get a bigger telly for downstairs, move that one upstairs. She was like, you think that want to be a bit too big for the bedroom? And I was like, oh.
The one in your room is small, though.
It's 32.
You know the answer to that? Rich people have got the answer to it. It is the screen in the back of the bed that goes, comes up.
Yeah.
It's literally, you're in bed, the foot of the bed, the TV's in a thing, you press the button, it nonces like,
I've always wanted one of them. Always.
Then, there can be no bitching. Because, is it too big? Well, I put it away. And it goes away. That's the dream, innit? That's what we're working for, guys.
Well,
a better tomorrow.
See, we can all have this in our house when the women are in the other place watching everything on their fucking iPads like they want.
Yeah.
Do you know Laura's coming back?
Is she?
Yeah. Just want to make that clear. It's a public episode. Love you so much, babe. Can't wait to have a second child with you.
But she's gone.
She's gone. She's gone. I'm literally planning my wank for tonight. It's going to be great.
But yeah, that's my plan anyway. Have a second...
Just ignored that. I talk about wanking so much.
Anyway, yes.
All right. I think we've done
Have
that.
a second house that you can sort of splatter with their DNA. Obviously, you
Stop
Why are we
using that
using DNA?
terminology, mate.
Why?
It's murder.
No. I mean, all right then. Flutter with their DNA. And obviously, if you're thinking your DNA is going to be in there as well, of course it is. That's my girlfriend.
Do you know that when you contest common law wife and like no one's doing DNA tests? It's not like CSI divorce.
Yeah, I've got a forensics ring.
You're like, oh my God, this guy's not trying to give up part of his fucking equity in the house. Quickly, get the jizz kit. There's jizz here. There's blood here. Fucking DNA everywhere. She must live here.
What's happened there?
Oh.
Jizzy blood.
No, but what I mean is, if she goes...
This girl needs some sif.
Right, so let's say we're in court, right? Yeah. And I go, she doesn't even fucking live with me. She lives in that flat, right? And she's like, I've never even been there. I can go, you have, and I can prove it. Get the fucking DNA people in.
What about witnesses? Or
I'll pay someone off in the same flat. I'll say you've seen this girl. I'll have a picture of her.
Did you pay the binman off this morning?
No, I didn't get any cash out yesterday.
What's just happened?
Not bad.
What's just happened?
Oh, right.
He was trying to get rid of a body and needed the binman.
So, my garage, which I can't really use because the roof has leaked since before we moved in.
Right.
And the landlord was like, the garage leaks, can't be asked fixing it.
Is this real now? Because that was the future of you trying to get all your house back from a divorce that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
This is now real garage talk. Real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I'll
go back to the future.
No, you're right.
Back to the future.
You flutter your DNA. Brad Pitt was in Snatch, isn't it?
It's never.
Fucking, doing the old everything. Oh!
Yeah. I fight for it.
I fight
for a caravan. I fight you. Fight for the caravan.
A fucking totes caravan?
What a fucking caravan? It's got a fucking wheels.
Where's the fucking stay by? I'll do the garden. I'll do it all lovely, Get all that out of there.
You love doing the gypsy voice.
You're so good at it, that's why.
I know, and I've just written a new bit about it.
Do a really good job here, Mr. Nightingale.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Nightingale, look at that. And I'll grow your beautiful afro. Are you bald under that stupid hat? I'll grow your beautiful afro. I got a lad who works in the forest.
Are you bald?
Bald.
Oh, bald. I thought you were like, are you bald under there? Are you bald?
I'll grow your beautiful afro.
I'd love to see you in an afro.
Go on, garage.
Yeah, so I have got no idea. I've got no idea how families survive with one regular rubbish wheelie bin for a 2-week period. Because after about 3 days, mine's full.
Yeah.
Right?
Are you recycling properly?
Yeah.
100%?
No percent.
No, like
4%.
40%.
Yeah. So let's knock that down with Adam's relationship with the truth and percentages. That's 22 if you fucking look at it.
0%.
It's not 0.
Mate, what do you recycle?
If you're recycling properly, that bin would not be full. It would it? Come on.
No, it would be.
Be honest though. Real talk.
No, it would be.
Real talk, bro.
Real talk, bro.
It would.
Come on, bro.
But what's happened is
Put on the t-shirt. Come on, bro.
Because me garage is useless.
Merch idea. How many coffees have you had? Yeah, go on.
2.
Go.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good.
This is my second one. But it's got a double scoop in, so it's like 3 in one.
It's like riding the wave.
Me garage, because it's useless, what I've started doing is when my bin's full, I just throw the bin bag in there. I'll sort
forget
that
about
out.
it.
Yeah.
For
and
months.
It's been months
Who's
now.
the fucking gypsy now, lad, Come on now. Close the fucking door, you won't even see it,
That's exactly what I've done.
It's disgusting.
I know.
It's vile.
You're a pig. Sort it out, mate.
I'm a busy man who's got a full bin.
You're a dirty, busy
What
pig.
would you do?
What?
What would you do?
Mate, I've constantly got skips out the front of my house. It's fucking great fun. Wrapper, in. Can, in. Bin, in.
Yeah, but what about before you had skips?
Sometimes
Fly tipping.
you can go to the recycling centre and waz it in the non-recyclables.
I have done that a few times.
Yeah. Don't put it in your garage, because if there's food and shit in those bags, that's fucking nasty, bro.
It is.
No judgment, but...
Shall I get a skip?
You can't get a skip for your bin bugs.
Start recycling more.
I know how to deal with the problem going forward. How do I deal with the problem I've got now? Which is about 6 months worth of bin bags in a garage.
Do you want some dad chat?
Yeah.
Get a bit of tarpaulin or just like a bit of whatever sheet down in the back of your Kia Sportage, because you don't want that. You don't want bin juice.
We've done that twice.
Yeah.
Twice, and he's still full. We've done that twice.
And then put the bins in.
Yeah, full to the recycling
You're
place.
an intelligent man. You can do this. You know what to do.
Skip.
But yeah, maybe, yeah. 200 quid, 8 tons. You might maybe even get a cheap one.
Start a fire in the garden. Arson. Say it wasn't you.
Right. Yeah. Do you think the fire department will believe that's arson?
Yeah.
So just to check, Mr. Rowe, you think someone came and took all of your refuse, piled it up, and there was an arson attack at the back of your garden that burnt your refuse?
Yeah, but he splattered DNA all over the garden.
Oh, yeah. So fluttered DNA everywhere. Jesus
Check
Christ.
the DNA in the garden. That wasn't me.
Hey, lads, it must be true. There's jizz and blood and hair samples all around this arson attack.
Yeah.
So these fuckers have come in, had a wank, had a bleed, had an haircut illegally, and then burnt Adam Rowe's fucking refuge. Bastards.
I'm getting an illegal haircut on Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll spike the ball. You slam it down.
Yeah, my barber's been doing illegal haircuts. And I'm at the point with the rules that I'm just not following them. And I'm not using my platform.
Are we talking about late May 2020 or right now?
Right now.
All right, right now.
Right? I'm not following them anymore. I don't care. Like yesterday, me and Carl went for a bike ride. You're not meant to do that, are you? Different households. Even though we work together and we spend time in the same car every fucking week.
Bad boys. What you gonna
Went for a bike ride. You know what else we did? We took a footy with us.
Boys. You don't give a fuck.
And we just kicked it to each other for a bit.
Yeah.
COVID ball.
Yeah.
And I licked it every time I kicked.
We were aiming for trees and that. I hit it twice in a row.
I punched a child.
Boy.
He didn't punch a child. But we did play
that's not really the COVID guidelines, is it? That's just human decency.
Crocky Park. Yeah.
This is why the Tory government needs to take control of Liverpool City Council, because of you ne'er-do-wells.
Don't get me started on that. Because
I want to. I've been planning to get you started.
But yeah, I'm ignoring
These bloody scousers. We need to come in, even though not one of them fucking voted for us, and take over the city council.
I think
when I saw this news, I was like, oh my God, I wish Steph Johnson was on the pod this week.
I think there's a legit chance that whatever Tory comes to run Liverpool will get battered. Yeah. Genuinely. I think he might get absolutely weighed in. Liverpool.
What kind of Tory are they going to pick? Are they going to pick like a sneaky, like... they can't pick a Jacob Rees-Mogg like, oh, blah, 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 blah. You might as well get fucking Himmler to come in and do the job. Like,
who's the most normal Tory?
Himmler? Did you just correct me on Himmler? Mm-hmm. Hitler? Did you think I mispronounced Hitler?
Yeah.
You fucking meth. Did you go fishing then?
It was a joke.
Oh, God. Honestly, you got me.
Who's the most normal Tory?
It was probably... David Cameron.
Yeah. Who's the most normal?
Rory Stewart.
Tory.
Maybe.
There are some. There's that...
Saeed Awazi.
Who can they send though? Who's like people want to go,
But it doesn't
What's
matter.
the old Home Secretary called? The Asian guy. He's actually quite...
Rishi Sunak.
No,
that's
Home
the Chancellor.
Secretary. Oh.
Sajid David.
I feel like I'm not comfortable guessing Asian names.
Yeah.
Right.
Apuna Hasapina Petalon?
Monty Panasar.
Imagine if they send Monty Panasar.
Is it?
Oh, he's a football referee now.
Why do you put old Home Secretary?
Is it Mahendra Singh Dhoni?
Monty Panasar's a football referee now, by the way. Yeah.
Sajid David? Oh, Sajid Javid.
Sajid Javid?
Yeah. That's his name, innit?
Sajid Javi? I don't know who is going to take on that job, but that is not a fun... That's not a fun gig, is it? Being basically the Tory emissary for Liverpool City Council. So if you don't know, there's been old Chippy Tits, is it Joe Anderson?
Yeah.
Has been accused of all sorts of underhand dealings. And
he's a big corrupt Everton cunt.
Allegedly. And...
That's his title.
And the Tories, who have no MPs represented in the Merseyside area, I don't even... Is North Liverpool?
4% of the vote.
4% of the vote, which is...
Southport, yeah.
Form being Crosby? No?
It's all... No, Southport.
Because there's some fucking rich Scousers up there, let's be honest.
Yeah, but there's still Scousers, a lot of them. And Southport is the only one that went even close to Tory.
Yeah.
They got 4% of the vote on Merseyside.
And they're wool anyway, aren't they?
And Keir Starmer can suck my fucking dick. That fucking ham-headed, grey-haired cunt. He can literally die 1,000 deaths by eating dog shit. I wanted to give that cunt a chance. I really, really did. Like this, the whole sort of... identity politics of politics now, which like we're this and you're that, and I'm getting so tired of that because I hate that we sort of know what anyone thinks on any subject based on who they voted for. And like the fact that Keir Starmer was supposed to be more of a centrist to give Labour a chance of actually winning a fucking election and getting into power and taking it away from the Tories, I was 100% behind that. As much as I was a Corbyn supporter, I was 100% behind the idea of we're never, the establishment and the newspapers and the media are never going to let someone like Jeremy Corbyn win an election. So for now, at least for now, we need to forget about that as an option. Go centre-left with someone like Starmer. And
so
then
it's not the Tories. Make something non-Tory electable. But
literally, a wet paper bag would be providing a better opposition. I don't like talking about politics too much on this anymore because I'm so tired of it. I don't think I'll ever vote again because I really don't care anymore. Keir Starmer, I would literally love. I just want him a straightener.
Just to explain, Keir Starmer did not oppose the Tory government's.
He hasn't opposed anything.
Well, he has, but he's on this one, he's really fucked up. A massively Labour supporting city that is just like diametrically opposed to the Conservative Party in every way, politics, culture. And he had a chance to be like, no, this is not the option. And he went, yes, we're supporting the move for the government to take control of Liverpool City Council. And you're like, man, if the Labour Party are going to be electable, how can you fuck off one of the biggest Labour supporting cities? Like, it's so frustrating because the more the left and the more Labour do this, the more power, the more chance the Tories have got to get another term in government. And you're like, they do so much damage to working life. Good God!
I think we live in the third strongest Labour seat in the country.
Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people would now not vote for Labour because a mass misunderstanding in UK politics is that when you vote in a general election, you're not actually voting for the leader of the party. You're voting to elect a local representative. And I don't think many people understand that. And because a lot of people don't understand that, like at the last election, it was vote for Corbyn. Unless you're in Islington, you're like not voting for Corbyn. So that's what people look at it like. And right now, I wouldn't vote for Keir Starmer. If that was my understanding of it still, which it was up until a few years ago, you're voting for the leader. I wouldn't be voting for Keir Starmer.
It doesn't help that they've started doing a very American-style leadership debate thing, which only happened 10 years ago or so. And that it is, you are voting for the party, but you're not. You're right. You're voting for MPs who then decide who the leader is. But the figurehead of a party is hugely important. And to fuck off all the Labour supporters in Liverpool, it's just so depressing because ultimately it just gives them chance for longer to do all of this Tory aristocratic jobs for the boys shite that they've been doing. Come on, bro.
Yeah, Keir Starmer's a shit house, and any place, any time, let's have a scrap. But before that, let's have a word from our sponsors. Mirror, mirror, on the wall, what's the best brand for products that help you shave your balls? It is, of course, the products available at Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com are one of the sponsors for the Have a Word podcast, and we absolutely fucking love them. Why is that? Because they have revolutionised the male grooming game. That's why, okay? Have a little look in your kecks right now. I bet your pubes are disgusting. I bet they're horrible. But if you had the Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 to help you shave down there with its little light on it and its battery life that lasts 2 hours, and the fact you can use it in the shower because it's waterproof. If you had all that, you'd be able to trim your pubes a bit better, wouldn't you? Now look at your nose. See those nose hairs? Imagine you had the Manscaped weed whacker and you could just stick it up and it does all that for you. And you know that because of the premium technology that goes into the Manscaped products, you're not going to snag the bag. No more bleedy balls. Exactly. You need to go to manscaped.com right now. Get yourself the weed whacker, the lawnmower 3.0, get yourself some ball deodorant, get yourself some ball wipes, or get all of them as part of a bundle. And on top of that, listen to this. If you use the promo code WORD, that's WORD, you get 20% off your entire order and free worldwide shipping. Free shipping, 20% off, and you get to get your balls looking all neat and tidy. And maybe your beard will suck it off a bit more often. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Back to the pod. Started using lint rollers quite a lot. So I just get a bit of lint off me.
Yeah. I'm a lint roller, man.
You just look fresher, don't you?
Fucking Tory. Going to start with an important question from a young man sending in his first correspondence. First question from Daniel Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
First time emailer, long time listener. Oh no, that's right. He's stalking us via Gmail. And honestly, if this is what stalking is, I'm into it.
He's good at it.
Because this motherfucker writes bare content.
Do you know if we ever got a stalker? Like a proper one? Right. Do you know if we ever got a stalker?
Yeah.
What level of stalking would you just be okay with?
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
That sentence structure there gave me flashbacks.
A load of feeler clobber.
Why?
What level of stalking would it just gave me flashbacks to?
All right, okay. Yeah, what level of stalking would make you not kick off? Do you know what I mean?
Please be careful.
Like if someone was
Hey,
just...
this might be sexist. I prefer a lady stalker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Easier to control
What?
physically. Women are smaller, weaker.
What is up with you at the moment? What is up with you? Dad from the pub in 1985. Fucking hell, you know what they're fucking like. You are on one at the moment.
I was just saying, on average, women are smaller and...
I'd love to see you get banged out by a woman. It'd be fucking brilliant.
Not a woman alive, mate.
Amanda Nunes would turn you into paste.
It'd be fucking brilliant to see you get sparked by... Not even a UFC fighter, just Beryl from the fucking
So why would you
shopping
rather
centre.
have a woman stalker then?
Because I don't want to get bummed by a stalker. I like the podcast, Dan.
So you're saying,
Bye, Felicia, as he bums me.
So you're saying bumming would be too far?
You don't have to get bummed either.
What?
That's not a prerequisite of being a stalker. I'll get to bum you.
I think in my head I'm taking it to where the worst it could end up being.
Right.
Like,
But like if someone was just
I don't want to
following
be
you...
bummed or murdered, or either.
If someone was just following you and just like waving and that, like every now and then you open your door and they're there, you're right, Dan, and then they walk away.
Yeah.
Would you be bothered?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that. I wouldn't want you outside my front door waving at me. Adam's here again. Doesn't make sense. All right, lad. See the studio. It'd be fucking weird if anyone did it.
It would be weird, but could you put up with it?
I could, again, if Laura's gone.
Yeah, no, but Laura's there.
No, I don't.
Laura's back.
I don't want any podcast listener being like, "Hey, hello, Etta." That would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because she'd be like, "Daddy, who's that man?" I'm like, "I don't know, but he knows everything about us. Because I'm a bellend who puts my life on the internet. Quickly, we're moving. Where to, Daddy? Keep it quiet. It's a secret."
So letting on to us is too far. I just want to let our listeners know what level of stalking we're willing to put up with.
I like three things.
Yeah?
Post them.
What about threatening letters?
Dirty knickers. Oh, yeah, I love threatening letters. What the fuck are you on about? Three things to threatening letters. What about you? What about you? You've got a new relationship?
I think if like they're just waving at me and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no different to just having a next door neighbour who's always in his garden, is it?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
how do you know for sure?
I don't think the problem with women that have been stalked or celebrities that have been stalked, I don't think the occasional wave has been the real problem.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't go past that, I can put up with it. Because how do you know that your next door neighbour isn't stalking you? How do you know he definitely lives next door?
Because he bought his house in 1998. So he was really playing the long game on that one. He's fucking clever like that.
Do you know when you do know? When you're going the golf course and they're driving out the golf course.
Shout out to everyone who gave us feedback on Monday's Patreon. And I'm not a big fan of the... Look, people are saying it's the best one ever, ever, ever. But there was a couple of moments in there that were some of my favourite Patreon for a long time. You like Adam was on absolutely priceless form. And I love it when you're laughing. Because you were making yourself laugh for most of it. Like Adam was on form and enjoying his own form, which is a brilliant thing. But there was if you're not a patron, come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Come on,
3,031 people.
Real talk.
Is that right?
Monday's episode was so good, and I love having guests on. But sometimes when the three of us, sit down and like. And just, it was so good. And that stalking story that you told, and I'm not ruining it because if you've not paying £3 a month, you don't deserve it. Fuck me. That was fun. I think we're going to clip parts of it off, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, it'll be...
You got to see some of it, bro.
It'll be the clip.
But yeah, if I was getting stalked and they were just like waving at me and on and like saying, "Oh, your hair looks good today, lad." If they were just compliments, then I could put up with that.
Yeah. But you're not describing stalking, are you? You're describing... just regular nice things. Listen, I can handle stalking if they come round and they've brought me a nice cake. You know, I can handle stalking if they're out of nowhere going, Adam, I've got some lemon drizzle for you, lad. Adam, not shouting. I've got some Viennese whirls.
Oh.
Do you want these?
Love a Viennese whirl.
Adam, I know you didn't ask me to. I've mowed the front garden. I've mowed the lawn for you, lad.
Done your tax return?
Hey, I've washed your car. See you later.
Just waving though.
And Adam, when you're asleep at night, I come in your house and I jizz on your pillow. That's not dribble.
See,
That's
that
it. Yeah.
would be too far for me.
Do your eggs? Yeah. Bloody hell, I've been dribbling a lot in the light. Waking up, you know when there's a little bit of a wet patch on you.
Oh, yeah.
But
At the start of the
Damn, that's a lava salty.
If a stalker just wants to come and do those first things for me, clean my car and that.
That's not a stalker. That's a personal assistant.
But one I don't pay. Yeah.
Slave.
It's an intern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pay you.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah, okay. And what about when they kill a pet and wear a hat? Is that too far?
See, that's not stalking. That's pet murder.
Yeah, I think
I don't want that.
There is offshoots of stalking that aren't what you want. You know,
Right.
not just like upkeep of your front lawn.
What a weird stalker.
Too far, that lad. Hey, I like a stalker. You've gone way too far then.
I wouldn't mind if,
I had
like,
to wash me fucking pillowcases.
I
I didn't wash them. I just threw them in the garage
Okay,
in a
what
big
if-
bag of jizzy bed linen.
What if they clean my car, they do the garden and that, the mowing, but every now and then,
Are you doing a job advert for... Guys, listen, Finn's the intern. We've actually given him more hours, but we're actually looking to fill another role here at Have a Word. Adam's helpful stalker.
yeah,
Know where the line is. Don't hurt him or his family, but, you know, help with gardening.
yeah, but also, if occasionally they want to, like, rob one of my t-shirts or some of my undies and that, that's a small price to pay for a nice bit of grass in your garden, innit?
So
And clean windows.
do you realise? Do they obviously just come in your house without
No,
you
they
knowing?
take it off the line,
Right.
off the washing line.
Do you put a lot of washing out on the line, Adam?
Yeah.
Is this a made-up situation in your mind, or do you actually do that?
No, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the summer. Don't put it out in the winter because then they get rained on.
It's so right.
Yeah. And then they end up wetter than when you put it on.
And then they've got to go in the garage as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's in the garage. Domestic refuse, fucking jizzy pillowcases.
So what you're saying
You
is you're
fucking
happy to
keks.
pay a landscape gardener with underwear. Sound. There you go. That's an advert. Any landscape gardeners like underwear, Adam's boxed you.
How old? Have you got an age range on your stalker?
I don't want anyone.
Male or female? You don't care? Or do you want a male stalker? Because women can't be trusted to do the job right. I don't know, I'm speaking for
No,
you.
women are really good.
Well, honestly, please, whoever it is that is the mystery, no context, have a word, I would love it if you just clip that out. And to most people, it would be like, why is that funny? But just Adam going, women are really good. Just, it would be great if you could.
I've got no problem with women. I just repeatedly point out that they're very different to men and that they don't belong in our space.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, bro.
There you go. 30-second contract.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
No, obviously.
So, a man.
I don't mind.
Right.
You know what I
Man
mean?
or woman.
I don't mind.
Right. You're fucking very liberal, aren't you? Like that. You'll be stalked by anyone.
Yeah.
Pre-op transsexual, you know?
Yeah.
You don't care.
Old
Yeah.
or young?
Absolutely. Old or young.
Nah.
Yeah. I don't want any children.
No.
Child labour now.
That's fair. That's fair. Not a big problem with kids these days, is it? Like, you know, not a lot of parents like, oh, it's really difficult. We're on Mumsnet all the time trying to find the solution. Like, we thought screen time or bullying at school would be the problem, but actually, little Jeremy is stalking a 29-year-old comedian from Liverpool. It's a nightmare because he's an 8-year-old from Worcestershire.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a massive problem, so you might be all right there.
Yeah. So no children.
No kids.
No kids.
No old dudes like, hey, Adam.
I'm not ageist, but
But
I don't want anyone who's going to like be like complaining at the back sitting and that
I'm
while
trying
they're
to
doing the stuff.
I'm trying to stalk you, but me fucking
Or
angina.
you could batter him if he does
I
your
don't
head in.
want to fight them.
Why would you want to fight the stalker? They're incredibly helpful.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
That's the level of stalking I'm willing to put up with. Once a year, they're allowed to break in and have a look around as well, as long as you don't steal anything.
Right. Once a year.
Yeah.
Right. And do you get to specify when, or is it Christmas dinner? They turn up, cock out. Hello, I've cleaned your car with my pubes.
It can't be any major public holidays.
Right. Yeah, because no one wants to see a stalker's knob on a bank holiday Monday. Fact. Absolute fact. You've had a family barbecue. Here comes Derek, the aging, non-child stalker. Oh, I do. I've pressure washed your driveway with me dick. You having a barbecue? Can I get my underpant payment, please?
So, question from Dan.
So, hey, it's quick one, but a weird one. Do fat gay...
Quick one!
Oh, Dan.
Quick one, but a weird one. Do fat gay couples do tit wanks? Discuss. Thanks, Dan Johnson. Adam? Do fat gay couples do tit wanks? I read it. I was like, come on, bro. And then I was like, that's a really valid question.
I think it's a common misconception
like
that fat men have fuckable enough titties. Like, even really fat men. Like, I'm quite fat. You couldn't get a dick between these. You know what I mean? Like, I'm helping no one here. Even like
Have a word. No context. Have a word. His head fell off. What hairhead? I don't know. We don't know what it is.
Like,
Come on, bro.
you'd be better trying to fuck me side rolls.
Oh, stop talking sexy.
Mama
You know
like
these
that.
bits here?
Mama like
There's
that.
more chunk on me side.
You love vandals.
Yeah. You can shag me love handles, but me tits are a bit useless.
There is nothing to add to that.
Nope. And the question wasn't even about Adam because he's not in a gay couple.
I think gay guys get up to a load of things. You know, they sit down, they bum, they play FIFA.
They sit down.
Yeah. They just sit down bumming. They're big lads, aren't they? Yeah. They fuck each other's muffin tops. I don't know that Jeff and Darren are getting like the fucking lube out and being like, come on. Nah, it's not sexy, is it? Because women's boobs are great. Men's boobs are, you know, an indicator of heart disease.
Men's boobs tend to sort of go outwards as well. Do you know what I mean? Like they sort of like
you speak with such authority. It's almost like you've tried to have a fat man gay tit wank.
I just don't see it as
right.
a vibe. They tend to
right.
go.
They've not. Yeah. Can I just say about the old tit wank again? It's back to that thing that it's been glorified by porn, and it's just like that. I have known some ladies in my time, and the couple of lady callers that I've spent time with who've actually had the ample pappage, medical term, to perform a proper boob, and never really offered it up, and I've never asked. The one time
How do you bring it up?
The one time a girl has done it, she didn't have the God-given gifts to do it, and it was like we did it, but she was like, "Is this good?" I was like, "No, not really, because your boobs aren't big enough, and I'm not into it anyway." It was really like, just like it was basically like what you've just described. Like there wasn't enough pappage to get the job done.
Not enough Papa Booby Diop.
Not enough
Papa Booby Diop.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed the soundboard today.
Yeah, you've smashed it.
yeah, but like, tit wanks are definitely sort of
Not into it.
they're glamorized by porn, but there's too much admin. You have to be in the perfect position. I think that's a lot.
What, do they lie down and you get on top? It's a very unnatural position, isn't it?
I think they have to be on their knees, really.
Oh, and then
it has to be in the blowjob position.
Yeah.
You have to be sitting in your favourite chair.
Yeah, because if you let them lie down, and this you can tell I've never done it. You get on top, and basically you're just rubbing your gooch against the chest, like, oh come on, bro, I'm gonna need a wet wipe.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's just it seems better than it's gonna be.
Yeah,
it's like getting an Indian takeaway to your house. Like we were saying the other day.
Yeah. It's just like that. I'm not one for like, where are we going to fuck in the house? In the bed, where it's dead comfy. Maybe a couch once in a while. But like, oh my God, we fucked in the pantry. I don't know who has ever said that, but like
the airing cupboard.
Like, who wants to bonk in different places? When you're young, you're like,
I want to shag in every room at least once.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you keep the information? Is it in your head, or do you have it on the fridge with a little magnet?
Yeah.
Places where Adam and Sam have banged.
Better than being balls deep in some pussy while you can smell bolognese over the cooker.
Made up words from a silly man.
Where's the maddest place you've had sex?
What?
Where's the craziest place you've had sex?
I can't even ask you.
I know.
Huh?
Because he's a fucking asshole.
What?
Because he doesn't tell stuff. I'll tell you in a bit. He's a gimp.
Mine's the best.
Oh, you got private little secret things?
No, it's an ex-girlfriend, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, God, why bring it up then, you big nonce?
You fucking did!
I said, where's the best place?
Yeah, and do we never throw questions back at you? Where was it? Tell everyone now.
I hope you get a fucking 10-year-old stalker.
Let's go meet.
Where's the weirdest place you've ever had sex?
In the garage.
In your garage?
Yeah.
With Laura?
No. Pre-Laura.
In the garage you have now?
What? Do you think I fucked someone? I've been with Laura 6 years. Think I banged someone in the last 18 months.
There's numerous garages.
But I say the garage, you're like, what? Your garage? At your address? The one that's been cleaned out by a weird man called Brian. No, back in the day, garage was a weird one. Because we just didn't have anywhere else to go. We were just young and horny. So we banged over my dad's Black & Decker. Yeah. Not Black & Decker. What do you call it? Like like the dads have like a desk in the garage, don't they? To do like dad shit. The work top.
Yeah. Workbench.
I'm sure I've already told you this, but I've fucked in the grounds of a church.
Same here,
Yeah. Rough day, that.
Cars aren't good.
It was in the car.
What church?
What?
The car was in the grounds of the church.
So you fucked in a car then?
Right. Yeah.
But it was in the grounds of the church.
I think more I think car's more the location there than the church.
Really?
Yeah. Because when you say I fucked in it, it's like you got out and you banged up against the gravestone. 1859.
What church was it?
It was over the bonnet.
Oh.
A bonnet bonk.
Over the bonnet.
Oh my God.
Right in front of the church door.
I have just remembered a story. I have just remembered a story that has come back to me, and it's so cringy. When I was with my ex-girlfriend, who I loved and was crazy, back about 12, 13 years ago, we did a role play. I don't know how we got in the conversation, but we said, I think it's sexy, like being a prostitute. And I was like, all right.
You want to be a prostitute?
Listen to me, Adam. It's crucial that you listen and don't wander off and look at times. Stay with me. What kind of fucking fantasy as a 26-year-old is like, I want to be a prostitute, love. Will you pick me up on a street corner? I wear heels. No. She wanted to be the prostitute. I got cash out. Agreed.
How much?
To pick her up at the
How much cash?
I think 40 quid. She was cheap whore. That's the fun of it. I don't want to overpay her. That's not sexy. She was a slut. She wanted to be. That's the fancy, innit?
Yeah.
So we agreed to meet at a certain point at the corner of her street.
Did you drop it off?
No, I would
just drive around the corner and pick it up again.
No, we weren't living together.
Oh, right.
So I drove from mine. There was no text like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Oh. She was waiting on the street corner. She dressed all like tarty. Yeah.
Promiscuous.
She looked great.
Like a street whore.
And I pulled up and went, I think I must have said something like,
how much, love?
Why the window? Do you take American Express? No, I was like, I think she was like, are you looking for business or something? Or then she got in and we went round to a Sainsbury's car park and I banged her on the bonnet near the recycling bins. You know, like the bottle bins.
I think he's trying to get us back from the stalker.
No, I believe him fully.
I can't lie I can't lie as quick as you.
Right, okay.
That is 100% true. She dressed as a prostitute and we banged on the bonnet of my, at the time, red Ford Escort.
My dad had one of them, exactly the same.
It was round near the bottle bins of a Sainsbury's car park at about 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night when we lived in Manchester. Then finished, she didn't talk much, and then I just gave her the money, and she got out, and then I drove home, and then texted her about half an hour later going, you all right, babe? Is everything all right? Because
she was like, you're only meant to do one lap of the block and pick me up. It's fucking pissing down.
Yeah. I'd already done 2 punters by the time you got. You really got into the role. You seemed distant. She was like, I thought we said 7. You turned up at 8. I've made 180 quid.
You've got a very popular car. I got very confused.
There's Ford Escorts everywhere.
Shag this down.
I mean, I should have known when you weren't 3 Asian lads. But I mean, once you've got in the car, you don't want to break the role play.
See, if that was me, I'd want to be the prostitute.
What? Oh, you
He just wants money.
I'd want to be like, high class. I'd turn up in a suit.
Heels? Oh, you mean a gigolo? I thought you were going to be in a short fishnet stockings with lipstick, looking like the ugliest prostitute West Derby's ever seen. Like, you're right, love.
Do so much for your ego if, like, you fucked a woman so good that she gave you money. Do you know what I mean? If I had a suit on and she just drove past and was like, will you go in and fuck me? And I'd be like, for 100 quid.
Oh, are you a gigolo or are you just a successful man?
If you did that and you stood at the corner of a street and waited to be picked up, it would be the worst roleplay ever. Like, yeah, you've got to watch out for certain bits of Liverpool. Friday and Saturday nights, you go round the industrial bits particularly. There's loads of men in suits on the corner. Yeah, they all look like they've been to job interviews or they've been cold calling for fucking Eon.
A good suit with me watch on that. And like, in my head, I run an international business.
And you fuck for money.
I fuck for money.
100 quid.
International business. And I fuck for money in Cheebrook. Pick us up near the park. I'll be wearing a fucking hublot. Nearly real. That is so good.
Yeah.
So good. Do you want to be a dirty little prostitute?
I'd just get the girl in question to pull up.
There's artwork being made as people are watching this. Yeah. Adam Rowe. What is it? Juice Bigelow.
It wouldn't be Adam Rowe. What would your name be?
What's your prostitute?
Vance.
How do you even come up with that? So Vance McFucksworthy. Go on.
It's got to be a Dutch second name, I think.
No, I think it's like
Van der Dick Split.
No, it's got to be real because I've run an international business. It's
Vance.
Vance
Joy.
Arnold.
Vance Arnold. Do they sell cars?
Used cars.
Vance Arnold Clark.
Isn't Vance Arnold like a used car sale? No, I'm thinking of it. Audi.
John Audi.
I'd be Dirk Van Nistelrooy.
Dirk Van Nistelrooy.
It's so obviously fake. Vance Arnold.
Dirk Van Nistelrooy. Yeah. It's got to be a Dutch name. Nothing like not one of the most famous strikers that play for Holland. No, I'd be Dick Van Basten.
I don't know, John Kluivert or something.
John
Virgil Wijnaldum.
What was the?
Van Hooijdonk.
Young Vor of Hesselink.
Oh, Young Vennegoor of Hesselink.
Young Vennegoor of Hesselink.
But yeah, I'd get the woman to pull up and be like, "Hey, you look fucking boss in that suit," and then I'd be like,
Clarence Seedick.
I run an international business. I make billions.
All right. And she can I play the girl?
Yeah.
I'm not on your fucking LinkedIn. I just want dick.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? How much are you going to pay for the Vance?
Well, I need
an advance payment.
Oh my God, he does his own wordplay. Have you got a business card, you fucking meth?
I've Vance Armstrong. Pet detective.
Yeah, and if you also want a 2008 Ford Focus, Vance Arnold, I will fuck the shit out of you and get you a Ford KA for about 180 quid a month on finance. You'll have jizz everywhere, you've come, poom juice everywhere, and you'll have it paid off in 36 months.
Love the idea you just standing on a corner waiting for that.
Just a load of fucking bellends on a corner all suited up. And the police going, come on, move it on.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, yeah, I'll fuck you if you want, but it's going to cost you.
How much?
100 quid.
Cash?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you want me to...
Do you take checks?
Do you want me to tongue punch your arsehole as well?
Oh,
Give me an extra
I like to be... Oi, Vance, you're an international man of gigolos. Like, surely you know how to talk to a lady.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. Get on your back. And get ready for the dick. Love.
Wow. International. Does that work internationally, that kind of sweet talk? Go to Italy. Fucking these Milan birds love it. Get on your back. Trying to get Google Translate. In France, Paris. Où est on le bac? Je suis. Fuck you. Très hard. Thierry Henry. Get on your back. In what?
What do you want? Italian?
Yeah.
Mettiti sul spalle amore.
Mettiti. Yeah.
Mettiti sulle spalle amore.
Get on your back, love.
Now. Chop, chop. I've got other people to please. I've got a fucking business to run as
Is
well.
there a queue of cars? like a McDonald's drive-through after lockdown's lifted. Come on, love. Quick as you're on your back, the better. I've got fucking regulars. Honking the horn. Sheila's 3 back. You better have some jizz left for me, Vance.
Just give me 12 minutes, love. I've got a quick reload.
Awkward 12 minutes as everyone just sits waiting.
He's running a business in himself, and it's not he?
Yeah.
He's fucking...
Yeah.
You need to franchise it out. Who would you have as a little sub? Finn. Finn's got a weapon, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think he can pull off such a cool name, though.
No.
No.
Finn Kuvalu's.
Yeah.
Gullivuts.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Vance
got
Arnold.
a single out today.
Got a
hasn't he?
song out today, yeah. Go check it out on Spotify.
He's not here right now because he's at a funeral. He's having a weird life, isn't he? Yeah. He's our assistant producer while he's still a student. It's fucking unbelievable. And he's producing singles and he's at a funeral of some sort. I mean, that is quite a Friday, isn't it? Yeah. So, big love, Finn. He's coming in later, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Question 2.
Should we have one more bit of bollocks?
How did we get there? Genuinely?
Story in a Would You Rather. All right, boys. All right, boys.
Pause.
Yeah.
Wild.
All right, boys. Here's a Would You Rather for you, boy. Here's a Would You... I couldn't do it.
South African?
Yeah, I'm going to do it all in South Africa. Last year, I had a stupid one-night stand, yeah? Wow, that was
Dutch?
really strong. They're a bit Dutch, you know, the South Africa.
Africans.
The both.
Oh, yeah.
All right, boys, here's a would you rather for you. Last year, I had a stupid one-night stand with... This is from Megan, who's great, by the way. Last year, I had a stupid one-night stand with a waiter from my cousin's wedding and took him to the room I was sharing with my parents. So while they were at the wedding party downstairs, me in my drunken state thought it was a good idea to have a shag in the same room, not thinking they would walk in. We were having a great time. We were doing it doggy style, and then he just said, "Your dad's looking at me." I told him to shut up, and he said, "Seriously?" I looked up, and my dad was just staring at me. I wanted to die. But because I was drunk, I told him to carry on after my dad walked out in disgust. Next thing I know, my mum come in shouting and well and truly put a stop to the shagging. So I want to know, would you rather walk in on your parents having sex or them walking on you having sex? Megan, the would you rather is not the fun bit. The story is my favourite bit.
I must have read that in the email or something because I felt like we'd done that before, but we haven't, have we?
No, you must have read it.
I must have read it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my dad has walked in on me once before. I think we mentioned that recently.
Yeah, my dad's walked in on me. You take that embarrassment of not seeing your parents bang anytime. I don't care what position you're doing, whether you're role playing that you're an international fucking gigolo like Vance Arnold, you know, and you're doing the finance on a.
I don't want to walk in on my parents.
Family account.
It's worse walking in on your mum, I think.
Oh yeah, because
She'd taken it.
especially because our mums have died, so they've got that special like.
Yeah, they've been dug up. Too far?
He's lost his rhythm there.
Didn't expect it. It was already pretty harsh. Didn't expect it. Miss your mum.
Yeah. Yeah, don't want to walk in on my dad. I find it awkward enough when I use my dad's phone for something and I see the porn he was looking at on his
Oh no.
internet app.
Mad dad.
Oh no. Really?
Dwarves everywhere.
No. Your dad's into dwarf porn.
I probably shouldn't put that out there. That was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about digging mums up, I mean, that can roll with, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times, and you just never want to think about your dad. Just
I would
hunched over his
never
phone.
use my dad's phone if that was the case. I'd be like, well, that was a one-time deal, and I'll go without Google for this instance.
Yeah.
Going to a wedding and getting so pie-eyed that you're like, I'm going to fuck a waiter. And we've all worked in the bar. We've all been barmen, and like that's the dream, innit, to be.
What, fucking bridesmaids?
To just have a hot, promiscuous, like, oh, these fucking knobheads on the dance floor. But you've been serving drinks all night, and I like you. What do you want to do? Do you want to come to this room? Like, as a member of staff, you're like, that's the dream.
Yeah.
I watched a lad that I worked with at the Hyena Comedy Club when back in the day get offered a threesome by 2 girls that had come in drinking. And he was a good-looking lad, and he was quite straight-laced, and they were being really confident with him. And I think this wasn't their first rodeo. And they were like, pretty openly like, what time do you finish? We will stay and drink with you, and we will take you home. And he was like, I don't, and they were enjoying that he wasn't into it.
Shit house.
And there was at least 3 other members of staff, including me, going, if he doesn't do it, I will. And they were like, yeah, they honestly didn't even break eye contact for anyone else. They knew that all the staff were talking about this now because this had been going on for a while. They were drinking at the bar downstairs for a while. They didn't care that people were like, have you heard? Fucking Matt on the bar downstairs has had 2 girls proposition him for a threesome and he's saying no. So that all the staff were like accidentally on purpose making their way around, cleaning glasses around them like, fucking hell, the fit. And they knew it was going on. And then the lads were like, hey, if we won't, we will. And they were like, no, that's not the game. And he didn't.
Oh, you shithouse.
They were cute as well.
You bet.
A couple
That
of years,
waiter one, by the way.
Older.
That waiter one. That's a little role play fantasy I'd be into. You know, if I was at like a wedding with my missus, I'd go and change out of me fucking best man suit, because obviously I'm the best man if I'm going to a wedding, obviously. Right. And I'd put a fucking waiter thing on and just start bringing her bevies. And then when she's like, what are you doing? Because I wouldn't tell her. And then I'd be like, role play.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck you.
You've got to pre-agree the role play.
No.
Yeah.
Just like let her get onto it.
Do you know how unsexy it would be when you've dressed in the wrong uniform because you didn't know what uniform the staff were wearing? The first point, all the staff are like, and then the supervisor comes over, excuse me, you can't be behind here, and you're getting like a taboo and lemonade like, shut up! I'm sorry, we don't accept that kind of card. You're going to have to pay another way. And you've got the manager going, you're going to have to get off the bar, mate. You don't work here. Shut up! I take payments in all types of. We take Visa,
no, but like
debit,
if the manager's
MasterCard.
pissed off,
boom boom juice.
If the manager's pissed off, then I could like role play being sacked. Right. Do you know what I mean? And then that's why I can drink with her for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Don't even want to work here anyway, and then you throw something at her and go,
yeah. Do you think that's a girl's fantasy to fuck an unemployed waiter? What I really want to shag is an unemployed member of a Holiday Inn staff.
Yeah, just like some women like to see strength from a man, don't they?
And others, like to see the vulnerability of unemployment.
Yeah, exactly.
Brexit is sexy.
It's about getting the balance. Yeah. So telling the manager, hey, don't even want the job anyway. I'd fucking smash your head in if I wanted to.
You literally don't work here, sir.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Now that I've told you to fuck off.
And that's when the father of the bride comes up. Excuse me, it's your speech. It's your best man speech. What the fuck are you doing in a Weatherspoon
I'll
uniform?
deal with you in a minute, John.
The most complicated role play ever. Adam's trying to fulfill his duties as best man while getting sacked and banging his missus who has no idea what the fuck's going on. Come on, bro. There's no topping that, kids. Let's have a little intervalays. And we've got Laurie and Paul coming up. 3rd time's the charm for Paulie Smith.
Our first triple guest, Paul Smith, and he's bringing his missus in today. They do their own podcast called What's the Story? Paul and Laurie, and they'll be with us just after these messages from the Money Cunts. happening, lads? Do you like a cheeky little gamble on the old sporting world? Well, I do, but I'm sick of getting beat by the bookies. Now, I've been going to bettinggods.com since they started sponsoring this podcast. They're a great sponsor to have on board, and they are the best tipsters in the betting game. Anything from tennis to ice hockey to footy, rugby, horse racing. If you want tips when it comes to betting, head to bettinggods.com right now, and they've got all sorts to help you beat the bookies and get a few winners. Go get some winners. Don't be a loser. You don't want to be losing your bets. You want to be winning your bets. Bettinggods.com. They're going to help you do that. Is it all cleared up then?
Yeah, it's just creams.
Creams.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Should we do this privately?
No.
All right. Cool.
For the public?
Yeah. It's my racism. It's all cleared up now. You get creams for your racism. What? Hi, guys. You all right? All right. We've got some guests. Yeah. Why did I sounded really fake then?
We got You sounded like a local BBC radio host there.
Hey, we've got some
pretend
people
to give
in.
a shit about their listeners.
Lovely.
Paul and Laurie are here. Paul Smith. Laurie
yeah.
Callow. From the What's the Story Paul and Laurie podcast. It's a crossover episode. Well, not really. You're not getting the you're not getting the files.
We can't get used to do us.
Why not?
I'm only joking.
Oh.
It's really because it's in my spare room and I couldn't fit anyone else in there.
Looked good though. You got a little studio
Yeah,
set up and
alright.
that. Yeah. Good.
I'm happy with it, to be honest.
Yeah, just enough for this podcasting stuff now.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
very good at all the other stuff. Can we just have this, please? Come chasing us after it. What are you doing? Is this you now, or with the other podcasts, or is this another one of?
Nah, well, I was doing the one with me and guests, and
You were doing the Paul Smith podcast.
Yeah, the Paul Smith podcast, and it was all right. It was fine, but then because all my guests dropped out because of lockdown, and we couldn't get in the club to do it, and so I was like, "What am I going to do?" And then I've been wanting to do one with it a while because I know we have good banter, so we just sat down and done one night, and it was dead good. And then I forgot to record it.
You
You
forgot
looked
to
at me
turn
and
it
he was
on.
like-
To turn the Zoom on.
He's like, that's so good.
Mate, you
Remember that happened like a handful
you
of times?
only do it once. We got 22
I was
minutes
gutted.
in, and then Adam just started moving his head forward because he was like that side, and then he was like, "Lad, it's not even on."
Do you use a
I did-
roadcaster now?
Yeah, I've got one of
So
them.
you know when this button is still green
Yeah.
because you haven't pressed record. I was just like, is that fucking green?
Fire, and then you have to go back and like, should we say it again? And you can't.
Well, listen, because we had to just write it off because we were gonna do it again, and I was like, no, because we'll try and say the same thing again, and it'll never come out the same way.
No.
So let's just leave it.
Because that's
do
the
it again.
whole thing with podcasting. We were talking about Mock the Week like last week, and people emailed in going, yeah, I've always wanted to know how it works, and I never enjoyed it once I knew it was a bit more set up. The reason people love podcasting is because they know it's in the moment, fucking about.
Yeah.
As soon as it's like a bit pre-planned and cheesy, everyone's like, nah, it's
You
just
can tell,
shtick, innit?
can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, really funny. Last week we spent the first half of the episode talking about like how certain TV shows work, and Mock the Week got a bit of a crucifixion last week. And then Elliot Steele was on and we talked about it even more. Basically slagging that show off.
Yeah,
fees
nail in
we
the
pay.
coffin sort of like
And then my
banter.
agent rang me this morning and was like, we're pushing you for Mock the Week. Are you still doing it?
I love Mock the Week.
Mock the Week are watching everything that you do. No, they're fucking not. So this is it. This is what you're gonna. You're not gonna do the old one. This is Paul and Laurie,
Well,
and this is the future.
I'll be honest, right? Like, props to her because as soon as we did that one, it like tripled the downloads and views. So I was like, there's fucking no point me going back.
Yeah.
It's much more entertaining though, isn't it?
Yeah.
To watch a couple.
I'm a lot more
Bicker.
comfortable doing it,
Yeah.
and I enjoy it a lot more. And it's just, and it is easier just being mouse and doing it. And we smoke a bit of weed and stuff on the pod.
And I think what it is, because everyone sees Paul like as this like giving everyone shit all the time.
Yeah.
So I think
You're here to
it's-
bring them back down to earth.
Yeah, so I think it's a nice contrast for people to see him getting shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and he
Fucking
just
do me,
bless
Adam.
him. He just takes it.
But that's nice, isn't
I
it?
haven't got much choice.
But I think people like they like a bit of piss take, but people like the sort of the dynamic of like, these two are a couple. Like,
Yeah, it's
a
relatable,
familiar.
innit?
Yeah, it's
Relatable.
familiar. Having a random guest in, because I did a podcast way back, the first one I ever did. Having a different person in every week is such a roll of the dice when you're going, right, we're sitting down. This could be great, could be a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
When you've got someone that you do it with regularly, obviously if you're a couple, I mean, we're not far off, are we?
We get a regular guest in every week, and most of the guests we have in, because we're very selective over who we have on, like, it's sound and we have a laugh. But there's been a couple, and there'll be comments on this video now, and they'll be correctly guessing exactly what we're talking about.
Can you sell sulfur? Because it got eggy in here, motherfucker.
There's just been a few. A while back, I'm not going to name them because I'm sure we've referenced it on the Lockdown Lock-In once. Like, I did a Instagram Ask Me Anything thing, which I know you used to do sometimes, and someone said, who was the worst guest? And as a joke, I said, go and watch them all. It's dead obvious. And then I had about 30 to 40 messages, all with the exact same guess. And we were like, oh, shit. I was joking, but apparently it is dead obvious.
But when you've got each other, and you can, like, post-lockdown, that's how you progress, isn't it? You go, oh, hang on, you can get someone in to join in and whatever, but to have it always just another person and not that familiarity, it is a bit of a, like, please be good. Please don't be shit. So how long you been doing it? What episode are we up to?
It's changed the episodes because it was.
It carried on the audio from the we switched the name over, but then I started its own YouTube channel. So it's technically on episode 5, but we had a couple of 4 episodes that were the Paul Smith podcast, but it was just me and her.
Yeah.
So we've done 9 together now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my wife listens to it and not ours. Nice one. So thanks for stealing one listener.
I've got to be honest though, I could understand why either of our partners would be getting, especially after the full year.
I sit in front of a sign that says pasty, salt and pepper, chicken, come, ass, come, suck me dick, suck me dick.
I mean, I'd still watch it.
Yeah. She's sad.
I think what it is, like the difference is, I think, because there's a woman involved, so it's like that's their side of the spectrum, isn't it? So it's like, like you said, your demographic on
yeah, you can see, in your analytics, you can see
like
what percentage of men follow.
More women
shifted massively.
So it's just that's what.
Yeah, because women don't just want to hear men talk and have their opinions all the time. They just get bored of us.
Yeah.
Plus, I talk about wanking for about 10% of every podcast.
So do I.
Well,
I'm the problem.
In the first half of the podcast, though, is it's not that. What I'm saying is men and women are different. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Women don't want to listen to us because they're fucking stupid, and men don't want to listen to
what is going on?
Women because women are stupid as well.
Order.
I've just started being dead misogynist on every episode just to see how far I can push him.
I'm literally going to start burning bras.
You are
which
like
I'm not.
Mixes, aren't you? That's how you like.
I really am. I clean up after him. I'm like, you shouldn't say that about us.
Just so sexist.
Yeah.
He gaslights me. Yeah, it is like a relationship.
It really is. Yeah.
Go on, carry on. Talk to them. Talk to your friends.
You know your place now.
Talk to, oh, you're horrible. Horrible, hairy little cunt. Can I do your podcast, guys? Can I be like the third guy? All right? In Paul's spare room. Like, hang on, guys. It's the only way my wife will listen to me podcast. If I get on yours. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Have you had any moments on pod so far where it's got, because obviously if you're taking the piss and like as a couple, you know all of the buttons. Like he knows that if he calls me a certain things, I'm like, nah, and I know what, it's button
Dan
pressing.
Dan doesn't like it when I try and give him parenting advice. Because he says I'm vastly underqualified due to the fact I've got no children. What he doesn't
that never stops you in anything.
No, he could literally turn up at a birth and be like, listen, lad, I'm the best midwife in here, mate.
And scrubs on
hey, sister, sit the fuck down. What do you know about fucking childbirth? Get the little bastard, yank him out.
I offered to go to Dan's because he was saying, he gets up really early and he goes to bed really early. And I was saying that's wrong. And he said the reason he does it is because his kid gets up at 6:30.
Yeah.
And I said what he should be doing is sending her back to bed and saying she waits for the king to get up.
No. And he's paraphrasing.
Because he's the adult.
It involved my 4-year-old living in a cage at one point. If she gets up too early, you lock the cage. Have you ever, all the buttons for each other on pod? Has it ever got like, oh,
not purposefully?
Nah, like I think in real life, obviously we don't really. I'm not saying we don't argue and stuff like that because we do. It's normal. Do you know what I mean? Not very often. We haven't.
What was the last thing you had a proper argument about?
Aliens.
What?
Literally, I think we've had 3 proper arguments in our life, and 2 of them were in one day about whether aliens exist.
And
because she's a fucking nutter.
And you're saying they do? And you're saying they don't?
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying it.
This is what he does now.
I'm not saying they don't.
No,
but she says she knows that they do, and she's fucking
saying
potentially one of them. And she fucking talks about fucking because she's watched Ancient Aliens.
I said I believe that that's my truth.
Yeah.
No.
That is such a great way of defending any point. Like, yeah, listen, I believe that that's my truth.
So my argument
like,
was,
it's so definite when it's nothing's been said, but it feels like you've won the argument.
this is what she does, and I was like, I'm not saying I don't believe. I'm saying I don't know, and you can't know.
Yes, but you're
but it's statistically very, very, very likely.
But it is, but you don't know.
No.
So
you
there
don't
you
know.
go. That was my argument.
Yeah,
You don't know, but I reckon, like, it's worth the bet. Do you know what I mean? It's odds on that there's aliens.
So he was just trying to be...
I totally agree with that statistically, but I said you don't know because she's
It's her truth.
She's
It's my truth.
That's what people say, innit?
And
That is what people say when they're like,
when
I
shit
can't
goes
prove it.
down,
Yeah.
when shit goes down, right, and we get a sign, I want to look at you and go, you dickhead.
Is that what you think your first response is going to be? Aliens?
Yeah.
Aliens?
Yeah.
It would as well.
Definitely.
It absolutely would.
You dickhead.
It fucking would.
We are going to kill all humans.
swear.
Just before the human race is obliterated, you go,
I said, I'm quite a competitive person, and like I don't like. This is why I don't like playing games. So I've never met anyone more competitive than me. She got me a PS5 for my birthday, right? So and she gave me it on the podcast. I was made up,
Nice.
right? So I said we'll have a little game stream. We'll have a little gaming session online tomorrow if anyone wants to tune in. And
Now I have a go at my
and we played
son
Tekken
for this.
and she
You played what?
She beat me at Tekken.
Tekken.
Yeah,
Tekken.
the new Tekken 7.
Tekken.
Like,
Where's your emphasis going there?
Tekken.
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 Street Fighter.
No, but it's Tekken.
I say
Tekken.
I feel like I'm saying what you're saying.
You're not.
No.
Tekken.
Tekken.
Tekken or not
You have
Tekken?
a fucking microphone, you dickhead. Shut the fuck up.
I'll take yours off you.
Right, so you're
Carl
sneaky
hasn't got
good
his
at
lights on
Tekken.
him. He looks like we haven't unlocked him for this week's episode. From here, he's just in the dark.
Waiting.
Oh, so yeah, we're fucking the first time when we not long after we'd been together, we were playing Monopoly, and she beat me at Monopoly.
Yeah.
And he was like, no one ever has beat me at Monopoly.
Oh, that's fucking bollocks.
No,
Monopoly's got no skill to it.
It has. There's a strategy.
What's your strategy? Take us through it.
Go on.
Go for the Browns.
Yeah. The really cheap
Solid
ones.
the Browns, and you can get hotels in them dead quick.
Yeah.
Catch everyone just
Never go for Pall Mall.
And then, no, you
False
don't
economy.
go for the Royal Blues. Everyone goes to the Royal Blues.
I'm all
You go
about
for
train
You go for the
stations, mate.
pinks and the oranges along that side. That's the best side.
Why?
You two are a fun
Statistically,
couple.
it's the side most people hit because people get sent to jail and start there a lot.
Look at his face.
I see what you mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
So
I bet,
shut your fucking mouth.
I bet
This is-
Christmas in the Smith household's a right fucking laugh. Finish your dinner. Fucking sit down. Go for
This
the
is why I don't
Browns.
play though, because I'm a sound person until I start playing games, and then I'm not sound.
So
anymore.
I don't
really,
think
this is
anyone-
about you then being a dickhead.
No, but you're worse
Yeah.
than because you're a bad winner. Like whenever she won Monopoly through the board, jumped on me and started dry humping me, calling me a slut.
Yes.
Fucking slut. You like that, didn't you?
You've got to do that on the podcast. Think of the download numbers. That's going to be clipped off.
But no one's ever got through a game of Monopoly without like losing at least one relative for good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's an angry game,
it
innit?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because luck's involved. You're just waiting for a 6 or a 7, you get an 8. You fuck.
Yeah.
Changes everything. And it is luck.
But she's good at Tekken. Tekken? You're good
She
at...
Well, what it
she
was-
fucking 100% Google special moves on the sly.
Just instinctively.
Basically, Paula give it the big one, which is the worst thing you can do. And if you're gonna big yourself up and act like he knows he's gonna
She was
win.
button bashing.
And I thought, now you've made a big mistake there because now you're gonna look stupid.
Right.
And he did.
Had you ever played Tekken before? Or you just...
when I was
Oh, yeah.
fucking 7.
We were a Street Fighter household.
Yeah, and Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat as well was good. When you...
What I was fuming about is that they've lost Michelle. Do you remember Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
She's
anymore.
not fucking there anymore.
Well, it's
She's
not
gone.
very
She was my
2021, is it?
girl.
Right.
So I had to compromise for a fat Paul Smith, which is a new,
fat Paul Smith?
a new
Oh, mate,
character.
she done me.
Is that an actual new character?
She absolutely
No,
fucking done me, and I hadn't even seen it, and it was fucking. I swear to God, right? Because there's this like monster, and he's got a big nose, and I went, he's got your old nose there, right?
And I was like,
And she went, oh look, Fat Paul Smith, and I swear to God, if you made a character that was a Fat Paul Smith, this would be the character. And I was like,
His name's Bob, innit?
Yeah.
Bob.
And then she beat me with Fat Paul Smith.
You've just said old nose. Is that not your original nose?
No.
You've had a little nosy.
Yeah.
What
It still needs fucking doing again because it's fucking crooked.
Right.
So what did they do? Did they shave your nose?
No, it wasn't as bad as he made out.
Did anyone else just see Mac 3s?
They just
Listen, we're not going to give you a nose job, but it's fucking hairy, that girl. Just get some of this thatch away.
I think they shave it off and then they cut your nostrils here.
Yeah.
And then they like stretch them over and cut the skin and make it a bit smaller. But
Yeah. If you were gonna get any work done, what would you get done?
Bigger dick.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
how
you can't
obvious
do
do you want to
that.
make it?
You can't have a
I
bit.
just want an extra
can't.
inch and a
I
half.
think that would be just a nightmare to have extra bits on your dick.
No, they don't.
No,
He
it
doesn't
depends.
want a spatula adding to it. He wants.
I think they can make your dick
Go-
bigger by cutting the ligaments at the bottom,
Right.
and it makes it come out more.
Really? Yeah.
But
It would.
but your erection never stands up again.
I don't know why I thought they
He's
added
got a big
Play-Doh.
floppy dick.
No,
you get an erection, but it just doesn't stand up.
Oh, mate, I am 3.8 inches of rock solid cock. Honestly, I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah.
I'm not adding 2 inches to be like, oh, wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't want like an 1/8 inch just flaccid.
Wow.
It's like thumbing it in.
You want
All over the place.
like
There's
a
just no joy for anyone in that, is
like a dwarf that does weights and a bit of growth hormone. Like, that's my dick. Little guy.
Little
but
angry
fierce.
thing.
Yeah.
I want like a fucking giant who's like, wow.
So what would you get done then? I want to know what you'd fix. What problem would you tackle
What
first?
the fuck are you doing?
You should love him for who he is.
I do. I do love him for who he is.
I
Doesn't mean he hasn't got problems with his face.
fair.
Does it have to be his face?
No.
Come on, bro. I'd like hair. I'd like hair.
I was gonna say.
I love hair.
Or go turkey for that.
Them hair transplants. Have you seen
Go
Michael's hair
turkey
now?
for that.
Yeah.
Harry Michaels.
Turkey
He's
hair.
had his hair done.
Turkey, yeah.
Has he?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
As I've said before on this,
Seen George
I've
St.
been
Pierre's?
bald since 2004, probably going bald before that, but I admitted it to myself at 23 years old. Imagine walking into the hot water dressing room with him, Danny Mac, Freddie Quinn, that bunch of fucking vipers, and I turn up with fucking like top loader, beautiful, amazing.
Like
The thing is though,
Like Finn's
Little
hair.
sprout
Finn's
head.
my
Yeah.
dream hair. Like
I was
a
thinking
vanilla
that
afro.
I've had my teeth done, and I was fucking thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna get absolutely fucking murdered here. And I got the next time I went to work, he was there, and he looked at me and went, "I'm gonna be honest with you, they're a lot better than I hoped they were gonna be."
Yeah. Because yours still look like teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've got lucky with that. You've
Yeah.
obviously gone somewhere good, because some people look like they've just come back and they've just put a bit of white paper in their mouth.
You
and
can
like,
choose though what like style and shape and colour and all that.
Right.
So we was like we want natural, but mine look more fake than yours. So yours look like your own teeth.
When you went, you were with Katie Price as well, weren't you? For like a
We
week.
met Katie Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither of you had spoke to her before. She was just there having it done.
Yeah.
A fella recognised me and come over and started chatting to us.
Well, I
He recognised you
recognise.
from your stand-up videos.
Yeah, I recognised Katie, and he was like, nah, it's just a lookalike. And I thought, fucking prick. Because I was like, it's Katie Price. And he was like, nah, love's just a lookalike. I thought,
But didn't theirs fall
She's
out?
toned that down a lot. She was like, oh, it's Katie Price. I've read all the books.
I don't give a fuck.
Have you read all their books?
Mate, she knew her fucking date of birth and
not all
everything.
of her
She was
books,
telling
but
her what a
when I
fucking
was
star sign was and
younger,
shit.
I'd read 2 of her books.
What was in those books?
Like who she'd shagged and that, and all, like just
A
like
diary.
she was with Dane Bowers. She was with Dane Bowers. And
What
just
was
them
in
days.
those books? It's actually metaphysics. It was her PhD written out. It was just a fucking autobiography. What was in them books?
You can't write 2 autobiographies.
You can.
You can, 'cause you-
You can. It's
I think
updating
she-
it.
Could you just carry the second? So you do like one to your 30 and then one to your like 35.
Yeah. And then the shit
She's not
that you've
writing them,
remembered.
someone else is
And
writing them.
and it's just about like her doing her modelling and just growing up and all that.
She's a bit of a hero, isn't she? To
She's
you know.
actually sound. You
Yeah.
know,
She is
like
she
she's
is
actually
proper
sound,
sound.
and her kids are like absolute. Her son, like, he's an absolute dream. He's like the most lovely, like polite kids they are.
Yeah.
Do you mean Harvey?
No.
No, we didn't meet
What's the
Harvey.
name? Junior.
Junior. Yeah.
What? I just didn't know which one they'd met.
No, we met Junior. No,
Junior
Peter Andre's lad.
Princess,
Yeah.
And he's, I swear to God, I've never met a more switched on kid in my life.
See, this is what fucks me up about still being your friend, right? Because we've both come up through the comedy ranks together, right? We've both had a really good few years. You, more than anyone else in the country, have gone from playing the Crown pub Friday, Saturday, Sunday to selling out the Echo Arena in Liverpool in a short space of time, relatively, with no mainstream TV exposure, all through your own work and the platform the Hot Water Comedy Club have built. And we've gone from going on nights out and having to lend each other 20 quid to go out to you being like, yeah, you know Peter Andre's kids? Yeah. You're on holiday with him and his mom. And it's just such a juxtaposition. You know what I mean?
His stories include me and him going shopping for Diet Coke at the Runcorn Wilco's, and you're in Turkey getting your flash teeth done with Katie Price. Yeah. Like things have changed.
Yeah, it was.
She is sound, though, isn't she?
It was a mad week, wasn't it? Like it was just it's like some out of a freaking film. It was great.
Is that when she broke her ankles as well?
Yeah, we met her before that happened, and then a couple of days later, like everyone kept because people had seen that we'd been with her. And then we went on the yacht, didn't we? Like, went on the yacht in the day, not with Katie Price, with the Seville guys. And then, like, they're like, oh, what's happened to Katie Price? She's, like, fell off a wall. And we were like, and the next day, she
fell off a wall?
She fell off a...
Humpty Dumpty.
She's, pissed.
She broke both her ankles.
Broke both her ankles?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
she shattered both the bottom of her feet. It was bad.
Yeah, bad.
Got turkey legs now.
Turkey legs.
At least she was in the right place.
I think we made that because she wheeled in the night, and obviously she's in a wheelchair, and he come and sat with us and had a bevy. But that's the night that we fucking. Because I proposed to her in Turkey, right?
You proposed to Loz in Turkey.
Yeah. But
the proposal before the real proposal.
Because we were pissed, right? And Katie Price's fella, Carl, she was just going on about how bossy was, and he's a dead nice fella.
He's got a massive dick, hasn't he? I've seen that picture of his dick.
I think that's an ex, that.
No, it isn't. It's the same fella.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Is it massive? But does it get fully erect, or is it like, just a bit floppy?
Is it like... He's just sat there in a pair of shorts, and it's basically like fucking waving out of his fucking dick at you.
I mean, he has got big dick energy, like.
Yeah.
It's got a spatula on the side.
Yeah.
Massive dick.
So we just... she said something. I said, "Jack needs to get married," and she was like, looked at him and I done the fucking standard compare, like, go ahead, do it now, because I was being a knobhead, and we were pissed, and I'd like fucking
years of comparing
these fucking fireball things, and he was like, he just looked at me like, you couldn't, and I just couldn't resist it then, and I just wound him up, and he was like, you fucking do it, and I was like, I will, and it was fucking 3:30 in the morning. We would all fucking smash.
Kate Price like, oh come on, let's get proposed to.
They went and sat there. We went over and proposed, and then. It was just a joke, do you know what I mean? And we stood up and we were all laughing about it.
We went back to their room, their suite after, right? Don't remember getting back to our bed. We just woke up in our bed, like, what the fuck? And then just got loads of messages, there was newspaper articles, weren't there?
I had the angry voicemail from my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Because it had been in fucking Daily Mirror.
And I was like, oh my God, what
it was in the Daily Mirror before you woke up the next day.
It was in the Daily Mirror 10 minutes after it happened.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
People were sending me the article.
Filmed it.
And put it on.
No matter, it's mad, like.
No, she put it on her.
Oh, she put it on a story.
Her Instagram, tagged us in it, said, oh, we're engaged to wind the media up, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then, because obviously, the media had got seen it and gone through all our profiles and
great. Just what your ex wants, isn't it? In the morning, just flicking through the Daily Mirror.
Yeah. Did you think about telling me about this? And he was like,
So your ex-wife knew you were engaged before you did?
Fucking heavy.
Are you engaged? No.
What did we do last night?
I was like, what am I going to tell my dad?
That was the proposal before the proposal. Did you do it again after
so
that?
then I done it properly, yeah. When I got it, because I didn't have a ring.
He says, I did mean it. I will do it one day, I promise. I was like, oh, you don't have to say that. Don't be stupid. He's like, no, I swear. He says, I do want to do it. He says, oh, but I will do it properly. And then...
Did you go to a ring shop while you were there?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and have a stretch my legs, love.
She hasn't got
I left it on the fucking cabinet.
I did some negotiating with this diamond fella, and I got a ring, and I'm terrified to get it checked in case someone goes, It's about a 10. 'Cause it looks expensive, and
So
I'm just happy to believe.
Did
that
you
it's
sneak
expensive.
off on that holiday and go to a ring shop?
Yeah.
What excuse did you give there?
No, just because you were like you wanted to go around the shops anyway, didn't you?
Yeah.
So she was clothes shopping and stuff, so I just slid off.
And then he rang my dad because obviously my dad was like, Lord, is this true? Like, have you got engaged? I was like, oh, Dad, we was just joking. Like, because I think my dad was a bit disappointed that Paul hadn't asked him. So, like, I was like, oh, I feel awful, like, because he's going to think that that's real. And then you rang him, didn't you?
Yeah, he nearly cried.
Yeah, he's crying.
He's a soft bastard.
My missus's dad, when I rang him, went, "You don't need to ask me, just don't give her back." That was that was the line. You don't need to ask, just no returns.
Yeah.
That was the banter.
Is that still a thing?
That's what I like.
I thought that was rooted in the ownership of women and we were past it.
It
Depends.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I buy your daughter?
I rang him.
I mean, I wasn't going to buy her.
No.
I didn't ring him to ask. I rang to sort of tell him. I did I tried to do a modern version of.
I'm robbing your daughter.
Listen,
Yeah.
marrying your daughter.
Yeah, we'd like your blessing, but we're going to get... I wasn't like, can I take over ownership?
You were like,
of
listen, it's happening. Get on board.
Listen, sign the V5C. She's fucking mine, lad. I'm paying the road tax on her now. Yeah, it was, yeah. It's a nice little gesture in it.
Yeah,
Because
we appreciate
they're from a different generation. Different generation. It wasn't that it was necessary. I think it's just sort of, it's a nice thing to just to check in.
Yeah, he's quite old-fashioned, my dad.
Yeah, and he's scary.
Is he?
Do you reckon you could bang him?
Is he?
Absolutely not, no.
Is he nails?
Oh, he's a fucking murderer.
No,
Really?
But he's not scared. But
he's a teddy
he's
bear.
the loveliest guy, and he's
she
so
always,
friendly.
she always said to me, like, you see
You're
my
his
dad
daughter.
go, it's terrifying. And I was like, fuck off. He's like, he's such
Gets
a soft,
shark eye.
he's a big emotion. He hugs you. He fucking hugs and kisses me all the time, tells me he
Yeah,
loves me and that. He fucking
loves
boss.
Paul.
But I seen him turn once because some coppers turned up at her new shop when she opened it. And I was like,
Because
yeah,
having a
we'll just get out the
party.
way. And he went, I'm going nowhere. And his eyes went black and I was like, whoa. It's like a fucking shark.
She does-
What? From that thing in like Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
We're having fish tonight. Oh my
like-
days.
Oh, mate,
It's
it was
like a
fucking,
great
I was
white-
like,
What did he do back in the day, Laurie? Why is he a bit of a famous hard
well,
man?
hasn't it- yeah,
is he
he's-
original Peaky Blinder? What's going on?
Wow. He
Well, I was joking. but
now we've run pubs and clubs. Him and my mum did for years.
nails.
Yeah, and ran
In
doors
Birmingham?
all over the place. London, down in Devon, Bournemouth, loads of places.
Right.
And
He ran doors.
he was a repo
when
man.
And he was a repo man. He might as well be a bare knuckle boxer.
we were talking about the stag, and just because Blair had jokingly said Vegas, and I said, "Oh, Blair said Vegas," and he went,
yeah.
"Oh, I'd love to come to Vegas, but like, I don't know if I'll get the visa." And I went, "Why?" He went, "Well, I've got previous, haven't I?" And I was like, have you? He went, "Oh no, nothing bad, not drugs or nothing. It was just a bit of kidnapping." And I went, "Oh, okay,
Nothing bad. Just a bit of kidnapping.
just a bit of kidnapping." And we were all at this big family meal. And I was like,
family.
Do you know what though? I can sort of understand getting yourself in a situation where you just need to kidnap someone.
"Nah." Do you know what? He told me the story,
actually
and it's
really
fucking like,
stupid.
because he went to prison for it.
Yeah.
And what it was, right? He was a repo man at the time, and
Yeah.
this fella had robbed
And he
some
took a
woman's bike.
wardrobe out and there was a fucking person in it.
Yeah.
He took the wrong
Well, I
one.
didn't know.
Yeah, he pulled the fella
Yeah.
up and said, "Listen, give her a bike back." And he went, "I haven't got it." And he went, "Where is it?" And the fella said, "Oh,"
Oh, it's
and he
at
kind of
this
scared him a little
house.
bit. And he went, "Oh, it's at this house." He went, "All right, then get in the car. We're going to get it." So that was technically kidnapping because they'd forced him
Now,
into the car.
the things that they added in their statement, I still don't know whether it's true to this day. But there was a hanging of over the bridge incident, and there was other things. But Dad
A hanging
reckons-
over a bridge
reckons
incident,
that
as in
was
like
lie.
a-
By his legs, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
But Dad was like, "No, that didn't happen." But you never know.
Yeah. So your dad's version of it is, I went, we're going there, get in the car,
Yeah.
had a nice little drive,
Had a
passed
nice
him a
little
Murray man,
drive. Yeah.
asked for directions,
Took him home now.
parked up.
Dropped him back home.
Am I near the curb there? His version of events was, he fucking hung me over a bridge.
I don't
Yeah.
think it can possibly be his version of the story because, what, you want your bike back? Come on then, kid. I think a prosecutor would look at that and go, we haven't got the evidence to charge him. Otherwise, literally every taxi driver is guilty of kidnapping. Hanging over the bridge. Was the water under the bridge?
I don't know.
The M62?
Well, it wasn't Birmingham, it was
that's a good
Devon.
Would you rather be hung over a water bridge or a car's going underneath?
Obviously.
Water.
I don't know.
Take you.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to drown. I'd rather get hit by a car.
You don't want to drown?
Drop.
No, you also don't want to get hit at 70 miles an hour by a transit
Yeah, but that's
van.
just dead straight away, innit? That's
No.
just like...
No, but you
No,
won't
it isn't.
die. You won't die in the water.
Well,
Can you not swim?
He's just scared of
I can't
jellyfish.
swim.
He's scared of jellyfish.
Who?
not like fish.
Who
And
isn't
fish.
scared of jellyfish?
No, but and fish.
They're fucking
We went
mental.
kayaking, right? We went
Mate.
kayaking, and I mean, to get him on a kayak that was one thing. But I said, come on, let's go to these caves by the beach.
Who the fuck rows a kayak on the sea into a cave full of fucking jellyfish?
That is
That's
literally
stupid.
where monsters live.
Would you fuck? Don't lie. Of
course I would.
You wouldn't.
I said, let's go on. Let's just go in the cave bit. Bench, you went, fucking absolutely not.
Why
And he
not?
shit
Because
his
it's
pants.
fucking jellyfish everywhere, and we're on a fucking balloon.
It's a kayak.
Yeah, it's a
Very
fucking
good kayak.
inflatable kayak.
Are you scared of underwater monsters? Basically.
You don't know what's there, do you?
Thank you.
No, you don't.
That's fucking sense. That
You
is
also
common
don't
sense.
really know what's in your back garden when you're going to put the bin
Yes,
out.
you do, because you can see.
Mate, when have you ever seen a shark in your back garden? Come on. Have you
Let
ever
me
seen
tell you.
an octopus?
I've
in a
seen his
post office?
garden, to be honest. There could be a shark out there.
My garden's quite
nasty.
neat and tidy, actually. The garage, fucked. Yeah, I'd go anywhere in a kayak, me.
You'd go anywhere in
we
a
went
kayak.
far,
I'd
didn't
back myself to get to, like, Dublin.
I
It's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, but
good
that's the
workout.
only thing I'm worried about is getting tired.
Good workout.
Adam gets up late,
reckon
sets
you
off
could-
to
you reckon
Ireland in
you
a
could row
kayak
to
mid-afternoon.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
and you
on
will
a
go
nice
on
sunny day
kayak
when there's no chop.
when there's no chop.
One of them famous calm days on the Irish Sea. Well known for its tropical temperatures. Underneath the fucking horrible.
Me and you will go out.
Adam
there.
Rowe's
bad, you know.
bloated body washes up on Anglesey Beach. He only got
Fucking jellyfish all over his face.
I also don't get the fear of jellyfish either.
Mate,
Oh, they're aliens.
if I had the jellyfish here and threw it at you, you would fucking duck.
Yeah, but
You're
there's
done.
not a Paul Smith under the
They can
water
kill
throwing
you.
jellyfish
You don't know
at
what, you don't know what
They're just
that jellyfish
You
is.
won't touch a jellyfish.
They can kill you, them.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they fucking can. Some
They can
fucking
sting.
punch it
There's
like a
fucking
shark.
Portuguese men of war down by where she lives.
What?
Yeah, they're fucking like lethal.
Also,
Where
octopus.
she lives is like fucking
Octopus.
Greece, mate. It's
There's
mad.
also
fucking
basking
horrible.
sharks.
Giant squids. Like, ugh.
Just punch it
Oh, that's your answer to everything.
and tell me when it wouldn't work.
Jellyfish. Bah! Octopus. Bah! Your ex-missus. Bah!
They've got basking
Hey,
sharks.
I'd
by
rather
me
do the
as
first
well.
two than the last one.
Come on, bro. This isn't a patron.
Oh, yeah. I'm fine with sea creatures, me. I am one with the earth.
Yeah, you've got in the sea and
Yeah, I'll get in the
swam.
sea. But I don't like it.
I know you got in the
Why
sea
don't you
once.
like it? You're not
I
really
do
good
like
swimmer.
it. It's refreshing, but I just don't like fish or things touching me.
Is this down your way when you say this Devon where you...
Yeah.
Is this Torquay? Am I
Torquay.
right? Yeah.
Torquay.
It's incredible.
Torquay's
Like, it's beautiful.
amazing. It's like weirdly tropical, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some weird, there's some little beaches that nobody really knows about. Like the main Torquay seafront's all right, but it's not as nice as the little coves and stuff that you get. But it's just, it is beautiful, isn't it, in the summer?
We did kayak round and have our own beach for a bit.
Yeah, what
Like
can be.
Castaway.
I want to do a gig in Torquay. It's meant to be really fun. Was it you telling us about Torquay that it's
Oh
like
my
mad fun
God.
to do tour shows there?
Nah, fucking.
I was telling you it was fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's my memory's
That was the
been
shit one,
skewed.
wasn't it? That was the wild one.
That was the
That
wild
was the
one.
mad
was-
one where they had no security.
I felt bad because it was fucking it less than a handful of times. It's when the staff don't know how to deal with it, so they just don't do.
And they
fuck
serve
all.
drinks throughout the whole
And
thing.
you just get when you
told
just
them
get a
to.
super cunt in who's just so pissed and doesn't know when to stop. He just kept going. Is that the best you've got? That's all he said for half an hour constantly. And I was like, mate.
And I found out who it was.
Why don't you get your dad to do security for Paul's tour? Because I think a little lift from the theatre.
I was at backstage going, fucking get him out. Like, to the guy was like, up
but that's why
curtain.
it wasn't him that was the problem, because there was so much tension in there, because Torquay's a weird place, because it's full of fucking Scousers who are on the run.
Yeah.
It's just...
All Brummies.
Like real.
Yeah, it's mad. So like...
That's full of Scousers that don't run far enough.
That's the lazy ones.
Yeah, I'm on the run, but I can't be fucking ass.
I'm on the walk.
I'm on the...
I want to be able to get back in 45 minutes.
I'm on a stroll.
My ma's not well. Okay.
I've got the kids on a Sunday. I've got to get back.
Looking at 10 to 15, but I've got a fucking season ticket for a reason. Oh, that's so good. Are you all right? Are you doing...
Yeah, I'm making a little note if that's all right.
My God, he's so professional, isn't he?
I am, yeah. Should we have a little break
Yeah,
and then do
let's
some
have a little-
features?
Have a little break.
What's happening, guys? I need every single one of you 18 plus aged listeners to go and support the guys at finalrunner.com who've kindly supported the Have a Word podcast. They have brought the UK's official last person standing game online for everyone to enjoy. If you don't know what a last person standing game is, it's really this simple. You pay one entry fee and then you're in the competition. You pick one team from a set of Premier League football fixtures, and if that team wins, you go through to the next round. There's only one rule: you can't pick the same team twice, and every week as people's teams lose, they get knocked out, and whoever's the last person standing at the end wins the cash prize. The more people that sign up at the start, the bigger the cash prize is at the end. The cash prize never changes because you only pay once and then you're in. It's different, it's unique. You can earn those all-important bragging rights when you get you and all your friends and colleagues to join as well, and because it's a knockout competition, the more entries at the start determines the cash prize pot, so the higher the prize will be, the more people you get to enter at the start. These guys have been kind enough to support us. We would implore you to go and support them. That's finalrunner.com. Me, Carl, Finn and Dan, we're all doing it. Get yourselves involved. Let's get back to this week's episode. We're back. Now, I've done the prep this week for the guests.
You said you would. You
And
bloody
I
did.
fucking did. So,
Love it.
This is the first time we've had a couple on. Probably one of the only times it'll ever happen. You're cleaning that up.
Mate, the most obvious statement ever in this studio.
So, because we've got a couple on, I know you've said you don't like playing games with Loz, and she does like playing games with you. You know the classic game Mr. and Mrs.?
Yeah.
Where you get them to answer who's the best at what, or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I've designed one of them,
We have one of these
but
next
it's
to us.
designed to cause murder. If that's all right.
That's all right.
He loves a bit of argy-bargy, doesn't he?
Keep your hands.
I'm very aware. She's a hitter.
Start spanking you.
And I'm very aware she's got a fucking weapon now.
Well, don't be a shithouse because we'll know if you're lying. We can see it in your eyes.
Yeah,
okay?
I know he can't fucking
So
lie.
show me red if you think the answer is Paul, and show me black on the paddle if you think the answer's Loz.
That's
okay?
me.
That's you,
I'm red
and that's
there.
Paul.
Okay.
Yeah? Because Paul's a redhead. We'll have red for him. You're wearing
Yeah.
black.
Okay.
There you go. There we go.
What a system.
So are you asking him first? Or both at the
No,
same
you both
time?
answer at the same
You
time.
explain that like they had learning difficulties. This is how you remember guys. Come on. Amazing. So patronising. And they are different colours.
And yeah, so answer, and then we'll discuss your answers.
Go on then.
Okay. So first one, start. Nice and easy. Who's got the worst morning breath? You think Loz and you think Paul?
That's obvious though, innit? Because I can't smell mine. And she can't smell
No, but
hers.
everyone knows when they've got a bit of a
Definitely
stank.
is though.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Nah.
Because she smokes.
I don't smoke.
You don't smoke.
I smoke when I drink.
So you
Smoke
smoke.
when that's smoking, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. I'm a recreational smoker.
Yeah. I think most
So,
people are, yeah.
you-
She's very recreational.
I don't think anyone's
She's
doing it for
very
work.
recreational every day.
You've set this beautifully. They're already off on question one.
It does me. I didn't know because she's like, I'm not a smoker. I'm like, you are though, because you're smoking a ciggy right now. I can see
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But can you honestly smell my breath and think, oh, it's bad?
Yeah.
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 Never having morning sex again.
You don't kiss during morning sex, though, do you? Like, come on, bro.
Well, I won't
You
now.
show them morning sex, you just have to fucking man up, or you put it in from behind and face them the other way.
Gentlemen. Absolute gentlemen.
Yeah,
Babe,
face
turn the other way because you fucking stink. Hey, but I do as well. Stop looking at me.
I'm breathing on the back of your neck.
That's why I fucking stink. Because it's you.
If you want to be able to see me, get the mirror, put it in front of you, and we'll fuck in front of that.
He likes
weird
to do
would
that.
that
He likes to do that a lot.
I like
He
seeing,
looks
I like
himself
seeing my
in the
own
mirror.
bum.
Like seeing your
Like
own
seeing
bum.
your own bum. Go
He's
at it.
filmed his own bum in the mirror.
bum
Not
looks
my
good.
bum. Not my bum. His own
I
bum.
couldn't see your bum because my bum was in the fucking way.
That's a bit
Wasn't it?
homoerotic, that ball.
Have you got big mirrors? You not got a ceiling mirror.
No, I've got
Nah.
them big like.
We're not
built-in
quite there
wardrobe
yet. We're
mirrors.
not quite there
God.
yet.
I'd be worried about a ceiling mirror just like falling down.
Imagine. I know.
I would be worried about seeing myself just after I've had a wank and look up and go, sort your life out, mate. Just a fat, bald man like, change your life.
I was having sex in a hotel a certain amount of time ago, and I caught myself in the mirror. What was that?
A certain amount of time ago.
Once upon a
Many
time.
moons ago, in a previous existence, in a different dimension, time and space was altered.
A certain amount of time ago. So that none of you could possibly know who it was with.
All
I'm
right.
just trying to, keep a bit of mystery.
Okay.
I was fucking this bird in a hotel. And I caught myself in the mirror and I was like, do you know what? Moves. Got
That's
some
it.
moves.
When you see a little hip action and that, you're like, I could be in a porno.
Yeah, defo.
I could have an
Because
OnlyFans.
before that, I've always thought no one would want to watch me.
Not. Oh, she could be in a porno.
Paul,
I could be.
you're doing so well on the internet.
don't
Leave
think-
some corners of the internet alone.
I wanna
You've got a
go.
podcast doing well. You're doing Twitch. You've nailed Facebook. You don't need an OnlyFans as well. Paul Smith
Money
needs to
there.
He
turn
wants
down the
one. I'm
content.
like, you can fuck off. Fuck
You're going to start an OnlyFans?
No.
Really?
Absolutely fucking not.
I got offered to be in a
He got
Ginger's
offered
only
to be in a ginger, yeah.
OnlyFans because I sent a I kept getting tagged in this like fucking red hot calendar. It's called like naked. It's for charity. It's like a naked ginger calendar. And I got tagged in it 180 times in one day.
And what? Ask
And
him
I was
what
like,
he did.
What
Who-
did
Right,
you
you-
put?
So I posted the fucking naked picture on
A
Instagram
nude.
of me, but I
nude
covered me willy up with a
black-
comically
a
large black mark
Yeah.
to make it look like I had a
But
massive
you could
dick.
see his ball bag.
Loz, what did you do in response to that?
I know, acting like you're fucking style.
Yeah, well, fucking serves you right, doesn't it?
What did you do in response?
I posted a nude of myself.
With a little
bent
gingerbread man over your
with a
arsehole?
little gingerbread man.
And do you know how I found
saying,
out
"Who
about
can play
that?
game?"
Because Rob Thomas sent me the screenshot that he still has in his phone.
Do you know how I found out about it? Because our barber showed me it.
Jesus.
I went to get my haircut and he was like, have you seen that picture Paul put up? And I was like, yeah. He went, you see the one his missus put up? I went, no. And he went, hey, I've saved it. And
Just
he
to
went,
reaffirm that Liverpool is a big city and a small town.
he went, here it is. And he went, do you want me to send you it? I went, no, because I don't want to be scrolling through my Instagram at any point while I'm at work with Paul. I'll have to explain why I've got a picture of his missus's bumhole on my phone. So he sent me it 8 times in every different possible way that he had to contact me. He was like, is Mrs.
Who
Bumhole?
else was in the calendar? Who is it? Paul Scholes, Prince Harry.
Nah,
what
no,
was
no
it?
one famous, just ginger people.
Right.
No one famous.
Handsome
He was the
ginger
big
people.
fish.
You were December.
No, he
But
didn't
I
make it on.
didn't make it to the calendar.
He didn't make it on.
But they said that I could go on the OnlyFans.
They offered him
and
to
I
be
would
a slag
keep all
on the
money.
internet. That's what they
I was
offered
like,
him.
Wow.
Why don't you just start your own
Ginger
OnlyFans
flag.
though?
Well, that's what I thought at the time.
What would you do on that? What, like, be like a Ginger Paul Smith babe station? Phone in.
Like that.
Paul Smith destroys sock.
Oh, Jesus.
So you both think each other's got the worst morning breath. Okay,
Yeah.
that's quite a tame start, isn't it? Who puts up with the
Cheers.
more annoying habits? Who's got the least annoying habits, basically? So you're more annoying. You think so?
Yeah.
Well, that's
What-
very self-aware to admit it,
Yeah,
isn't it?
no, I am.
I do bring it up a lot.
Yeah.
Do you?
What have you got?
What, how do you annoy
How long
him?
you got? So I'm a spot picker. Like
You pick your own or
aggressively
his?
Mine.
then. Both.
I don't mind that though.
Mate.
Anyone's. I'll take all
She
of
will
yours.
fucking
Like,
go at you though, and it's
Yeah.
like
I'll line you
straight
all
after
up.
sex and that, when you just relax, and she just
This OnlyFans is really getting the launch, isn't it? One girl,
Right.
19 zits.
She loves it though. She's like, I think she enjoys it more than the sex.
No, but it relaxes me.
And it doesn't relax me.
My girlfriend does that to me every night. She'll go through my whole face and find them all.
Well, and get all the blackheads out, you know, isn't it?
Oh, at least
she's got do it. She's got tools though.
Fucking fair play to me.
Yeah, I'm just like it's gonna make me look better, innit? Crack on.
Oh my.
It kills though.
Yeah, but
this is what I try and tell him. I go, it makes
no pain,
you
no
look
gain.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciative.
That's not an annoying habit. Tell you what is an annoying habit. Because last night, my missus was cooking the dinner and she was like, will you come in and do the rice? And then I started doing it. I hate being micromanaged. If you'd ask me to do the rice is fucking my responsibility. Right? Do you know what I mean? Fucking stay away from the fucking rice.
I am the best rice cooker in the fucking world. I'm making rice and I'm twatting jellyfish right now.
But do you know when someone says something like you're a dickhead, but then you've got receipts? So here's what happened, right? Mate, boiled in the bag Uncle Ben's rice, and then I was going to flavour it afterwards. So she made me do it, and then she was like, right, I'll do this. And she doesn't normally make rice boil in the bag. She normally just microwave shit if she's making rice, right? So she was like, she just went to she took the bag out of the pot of boiling water. You made boil in the bag rice before? Yeah. And she just went to cut it onto the plate. And I was like, you can't do that because there's so much water in it. You're just going to soak the plate. She was like, oh, right. Well, you do the rice. And I was like, I was meant to be doing the rice, right? And then I went, right, I put a bit of salt, a bit of pepper in. She was like, right, just put yours on the plate because I'm going to put garlic in mine. And I was like, but you weren't, were you? You weren't going to put garlic in yours because you were going to cut it straight onto the fucking plate. I don't like being micromanaged in the kitchen.
Oh, mate, we have such.
Right. I don't have that problem because she literally never cooked.
Don't want to.
I just threw the pan in the end. I was like, do the fucking rice.
Yeah.
Go for it. Not asked.
Yeah. I just go, do you know what? You can just cook for me. I don't. I hate cooking.
I have to say,
I will happily cook every single night forever, but leave me to it. And if you want me out, then you've got to let me do my bit myself.
I don't like it. Yeah. If she comes in and just starts talking nonsense here, and you've got about a million things to think about, and she's just rabbiting.
I'm trying to look
and
like
I don't want to be rude, but I'm just helpful. Like, fuck off.
But really, I don't want to be helpful, but I'm trying to look like that I am. But all that's doing is pissing him off.
You're trying to look like you're helpful without actually being helpful.
Yeah. But if I didn't do that, then I'd think, does he think I'm taking the piss because I haven't tried to help?
Yeah, if you're there, it's like, oh, we did it together. But really, you want to wait and be like, where's my food?
Yes.
Bring it to me. Yeah.
But you'd rather that, wouldn't you?
I'd much rather just don't go in there.
Done.
Yeah. I swear it's bad.
Are you a good chef?
Oh my God, he's brilliant.
Paul's actually all right, yeah.
He's actually brilliant.
Decent.
Fucking hell. I like pat myself on the back if I make nachos. I'm like,
you know, the one thing about, like, me and Paul, we can have banter and that, and we can be horrible to each other and laugh about it, right? But if I slag his cooking off, oh my
That's the line.
That's
one of them buttons.
She had to go with me Scouse the other week, and mate, it's the closest I've ever been to it.
It was great.
That's your question. Scouse man to man. On your Scouse, do you use chunks or mince?
Chunks.
Yeah. Do you know Scouse is actually mince?
It's not.
It is.
That's a lie.
It isn't.
It's a lie.
I've heard.
It isn't.
Laurie, back away from this one.
It really isn't.
How would it be mince?
You mentioned, like, for it to be...
we'll get done for cultural appropriation if we talk about it.
You're wrong, no. I know you're wrong.
Listen to me, right? All my life, me mum, me nan, anyone who made me Scouse was always chunks.
Yeah.
I use chunks. I'm 100% with you. There's no beef here. But traditional Scouse made with mince.
It's not. Where have you learned that?
The internet, Paul.
That's bollocks. Because do you know how I know it's wrong? Because Scouse is like a 300-year-old recipe and there was no mince 300 years ago, so you're wrong. It's a sailor's dish. It would have had chunks of lamb or chunks of beef on a fucking boat. You wouldn't have had a fucking pack of mince, would they?
Are you two from Liverpool? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The thing is, as a Scouser, I know how to make Scouse. Are you even Scouse? This is how you make Scouse. That was... If you just referenced envy in that conversation, that would have been... You're so annoyed.
Medium thick.
Adam's so annoyed, so...
Like between medium and...
See, I like proper thick Scouse, and I made it for her, and she was fuming, so I've thinned it out now.
I had to chew it. I had to...
The gravy or the beef?
Everything.
It was a fucking...
It's paste. It's boss.
No, that's too much.
It was
spoon
cement.
Stands up, innit?
No.
Oh, it's great. It tastes amazing. It's fucking fantastic.
It was, honestly, I was like... And it was sticking to the roof of my mouth, and it was just awful.
I don't know why this has come up.
400 grams of beef, preferably a tough cut like chunk or even flank.
Oh, look.
I didn't even know that was there.
Is that Scouse?
Ah.
Okay.
That's not mince, is
Bit of
it?
red cabbage on there. Yes.
Yes, mate.
Love it.
Who is punching looks-wise? Yep. And
I mean, it's
we're done
been-
with that one.
I don't know with his teeth. It like.
Well, next question.
And I had shit teeth though, didn't I?
Well,
Who needed their teeth doing more?
I can't believe I walked around with them teeth in my head.
They were bad, weren't they?
Yeah, but no one told me though. Someone should have seriously gone, hey, I know we all joke about it and that, and whenever anyone wants to take the piss out of you, it's your teeth. But seriously, you've got to do something about them because you look fucking ridiculous.
What, we should have had an intervention
Yeah.
for you, sat you down
me
and
teeth, yeah.
sort your tags out.
Well, I said to him. I
That's
said.
why I'm here, baby.
I
3,000
said to him,
Patreons, not for nothing.
You was I was going to get mine done, weren't I? And
Yeah.
you was like, nah, I don't fancy that. And I was like, oh well, do you want to come with me? And you was like, yeah, right then. And I thought he's going to end up having it done. You did, didn't you?
I couldn't have done what you guys had done with the shaving down. No, that picture of you, genuinely, this is 100%
Scary.
true.
I didn't
It's
look at mine.
over a handful of times now. That image has been in one of my dreams.
Just stood over. Like,
Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, it's terrifying. And it's now being used by Scouse meme pages, isn't it?
yeah,
Because Rob
my
Thomas
God,
put it on
yeah.
Instagram.
'Cause of Rob.
yeah.
I kept that image secret.
No, the thing is, Rob did message me and go, can we use anything? And I
Yeah.
knew exactly what he was going to put on, and I went, just fucking do it. I'm not asked. I'd sent it to a few people anyway.
Okay, slide that picture in here.
It's a funny picture.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Who is the most likely to murder someone? Loz? You got murderous
Wow.
tendencies?
Mate, I
Oh, well-
swear to...
Not for like malice things.
She's got that thing, right?
What?
I wish I had, like, you know that some people just have that, there's a go in some people, you know, like an attack.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there's, you know, you fight or
Just very
flight.
protective. Like if someone had a go, I'd stab them. Do you know what I mean? If someone went
See,
for
this
him,
is me. I'm more protective of those around me than
yeah,
myself.
yeah. Oh yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, my missus has got the same thing.
She fucking-
When she goes, you're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like
We
my dad.
were
black
out.
eye.
Not long after we'd been together, we were out after. I picked her up. I dropped her off in town with a mate at Harvey Nichols, and then I found her in a fucking rough ass boozer in Heighton, right? watching these Ketwigs do backflips, right? And I was like,
like,
what
look
the
at this!
fuck?
Look at
How's
this
this happened
kid!"
in the Hare and Hounds? And I was like, how have you got
So
this? She
glam.
was like, I don't know. It's bossing here though. And I was like, so I picked them up. They're all smashed, and they were like, where can we go? So the only place open was this Weatherspoons in Prescott, right? So he goes there, and there's a little pizza gaffle up by this. So he goes in there. And this little fella's just stood next to me. He's fucking just eyeballing me. And he went, you're the comedian, aren't you? I went, yeah, I mate, you're all right. And he went, you think you're funny, you don't you? And I was like,
I was outside having a recreational cigarette.
Yeah. You were more having a drink. It just happened you
Yeah.
were having a cigarette
Yeah.
with it, yeah.
And I just seen him, didn't I? Like,
yeah, she'll just see his
Just
body
so you know,
language.
Loz, all cigarettes are recreational.
yeah.
No one smokes for work.
Some
Yeah.
people probably do.
Yeah,
Do you
they
reckon?
Cigarette testers.
Fucking depressing. The
When you're wrong, you're wrong.
The Benson and Hench's gremlin. Get Wheezy out. It's good, that new one. Fucking depressing.
Yeah, so fucking this fella,
How old was he?
he must be in his 40s.
Early 50s.
I found it quite funny because he was quite a small fella, but like, you know, one of them small fucking Jack Russell men, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And he was just
scruffy, like-
fucking, so he's waiting for his food and he's like, I'm funnier than you. I went, well, and then because he wasn't pissing me off, he kind of just turned as if he was going to like square up.
Yeah.
And as soon as that body language kicked in, I didn't even see her coming. She just stepped in between us and just fucking shoulder smashed him round the face, but like kind of hit him with his shoulder and a tit at the same time. And this fella just went, like he'd been hit in the face with a flyaway or something, do you know what I mean? Like that shock. And he just got off at the pizza place without his food.
People do love challenging a comic though.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
think they're hard or they're funny. And do you remember when we were in the Mr. Chili's or whatever, me and you? Do you remember that lad? We were both hammered, but you might not remember it. It was late last year, maybe August.
Was this the one you had the fucking rap battle with?
Yeah. So
Hey, that rap battle was a lot less cool than you think it was.
no, I'm not talking about.
In your head, it was like 8 Mile and you smashed
No.
him. And then if you were to watch that back, you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, that bit was just stupid. That was when it went too far. But so we're in this place, and like these lads are being like quite sound, but one of them was just being a little cunt, and one of them went to me, something like, everything you've got is because of him. It's only because you're his mate. Like that. And I just like, I was drunk and I had no time for it. So I was just being as horrible as you could possibly be about another human being. His breath, his teeth, why his parents don't like him, why he's at John Moore's instead of the Uni of Liverpool. Like, it was a long, long time. Then he was like, rap battle then. And I was like, okay. And then it went off the rails.
And I was just going,
what's wrong with a good old-fashioned knife fight?
No, he wasn't there that night. That was a different night. But yeah, for a while, watching him go from, you're on here because of him, to all of his mates going,
Yeah, the funny one in his gang of mates doesn't like, you see it sometimes with stag do's, you're like, most of these lads are having a fun time, but then there's like one or two guys with a face on like, yeah, they're not funny. Like, just get involved, lads.
I'm not one for words, mate. I'll just attack.
With a shoulder and a tit.
Was that a move? Psycho stereo.
Was that a move you planned, or did you just have you shouldered someone before?
No, but I mean, he was little, so that's the level that he was at. Right. So it just made sense.
If he was any taller, that would have been a headbutt.
Yeah, probably.
Also, you can't ring the police as a 40, 50-year-old man and be like, officer, I've just been slapped in the face with a tit.
He was absolute, because as she hit him, she went, fuck off now before I one bomb you. And he just got off.
Fuck off now before I one bomb you.
Taylor's all the time.
And I swear to God, I've never been more turned on in my life. I just wanted her to pick me up and just carry me out.
Like the bodyguard.
I got you.
Hold me. So sexy.
Oh, God. I've carried you home a few times, though, haven't I?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Who's the most jealous?
I don't think either of us.
Boring. Who is the most vain?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty
You're quite vain, though.
Me?
Don't know, just over the past couple of years, you've just got a bit.
Oh, fuck off. Look at you, Afghans. You used to look like a fucking Ewok. You've scrubbed up a little. We both have. Come on.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Maybe a quiff.
Just some of the clothes you started wearing when you got a bit of money.
He was worse before.
Yeah.
He's all right now.
Oh, yeah, no, he's gone up the roller coaster and he's on the way down.
I went too far, and I'll fully admit that.
You did look like a Westwood tribute act for a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that fucking coat you were telling us about last year.
Lad, where's that to school now? No shit.
We were having a conversation in the dressing room about hot water, and you were telling us about a coat, and I was like, shit's changed, bro. It was mental. I can't remember how much you spent, but it was decent.
Yeah, you did go mad, didn't you? Like, at a point where I was in Hugo Boss for 3 hours. 3 hours sitting there waiting for him, trying on fucking different coloured suits.
Only because the fella said that I wouldn't fit into a 34 pair of jeans, and I would.
Yeah,
and I did, and I went, in his face.
Of course you would.
I know. But he was like, the snottiest fucking in Rome. Like, and to be fair, the first fella was correct, because I picked the jumper up and he went, no. And he just took it off me, like snatched it off me. Come back with the
You
big
will
one.
stretch the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
and I was like, oh, fucking hell. But then, so I was
I've got a slightly similar story to that. About 3 years ago, this is true, I took a pair of jeans that were for someone else I think they were, I get them for our Jack. 28 waist pair of jeans to the till in Primark, and she went, have you tried these on?
Oh my God.
Slightly less glamorous.
It's just the same though. Your Hugo Boss in Rome, Primark in town. Similar, different, but similar. You're so funny as well. Like when you were like, yeah, you've gone a bit vain recently. He sat down before we started the podcast, looked at his own hair, and his phone went, my hair looks fucking great today.
You fucking love it.
Which, to be fair, it does.
What did I say yesterday? We were getting ready. Because it takes fucking ages to get ready. And it took me about 90 seconds to get ready. And I went, isn't it fucking mad how quick I get sexy as fuck?
Yeah. I thought I'm going to get you. You should need a t-shirt with that on.
Why? Is that because you've started working out again? Did you get a bit piggy?
No, I am a bit piggy now.
Really?
I can't.
See, I think
I'm still working out, but I just can't stop eating shit.
I think I'm less vain now than what I was when I was younger, but it takes me longer to get ready, and I still don't look as sensational as I did when I was 22.
It's easy. 22, 23 is like, who gets better with age? He's annoyingly getting better with age.
Yes.
Got better with
I
age.
think we saw the picture of me and him when you won the Comedian of the Year. I swear to God, I've never seen uglier people in my life. It was diabolical. How any woman let us go near them?
I've got some mental pictures of you back in like the mid to late noughties, and him when he was like doing his first open spots. It is.
You look exactly the same. Though.
No, I don't.
Do though.
No,
like exactly the same.
Going bald early's not too bad because you're like, at least you've got the hair's gone for most of the time that everyone's known me. But mate, I looked quality at 23. And now I'm like, come on, bro.
You've got good skin though.
Yeah,
thanks, babe.
Beautiful skin.
Thank you very much. Can we have L'Oreal more?
You must have a good moisturising regime.
I'm actually going to do it. I use After Sun.
What? Do you?
Yeah. I use After Sun as moisturiser. And it works really well. There's literally no jokes. This is true. Yeah, I find it like, you know, that cooling. Yeah, it's quite nice. Tune in next week when we end on one of Dan's skincare lead balloons. In my head, I was like, think of a joke. I've got no joke.
Who is the better parent?
I will say Paul.
Oh,
really?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to answer that, but it's me.
Nah. And for that, like, I mean, I'm a good mom, like, but I think you've got a lot more patience.
Yeah.
A lot more patience.
I'm softer, though.
He's better with my kids than I am. Like, because you could, but I suppose I'm not.
All when they don't fight, innit?
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, though, because you are, like, it's funny when people, talking about parenting is a weird one because you're like, ha 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 ha, and then it just tips to this thing where you're like, I all of a sudden don't want to joke as much about it. It's a weird one. Yeah. Like the most defensive I've seen you is when we've talked about, like I wasn't taking the piss, but you've mentioned things about being a dad and you're like, and there's a line there and you're like, it's weird how the best sense of humour and then it's weird how that's just weirdly important and
Paul's a great parent. Like
my wife is so much better at being a parent than I am, and it shows with my daughter, who's like, "Yeah, Dad, you're fine," but Mum's the whole deal. I'm like, I totally get it. It's weird.
I'm not a mumsy mum. Do you know what I mean? Like I work, I graft, and I work hard, and like, but then that's how I've been brought up. So my mum's the same, you know. So I suppose like what makes a good. Like, does that mean I'm not
just kids that are happy, innit? However you get there, I think.
That's all they know. Like,
because some parents are fawning and obsessive.
I am a fun mum, and I'll talk to my kids like saying on a level. I don't, especially the older ones.
That question really didn't go how I wanted it to. I wanted fights and punching.
You're just an antagonist. I love it.
I like being an antagonist. Got one more for you because you were meant to get married this year.
Yeah.
And pushed it back to next year. So, final question.
As soon as you picked it up, I was like, that's dangerous around a nice laptop, innit?
Who is more likely
to object to the wedding before it was that? Well, I object.
Who is more likely to get cold feet and call off the wedding?
Paul.
Nah.
Yes!
I mean, even if I wanted to, I'd be too scared.
Nah.
Would you be too scared? Why would they do that? Why'd you think that?
I don't know.
Elaborate.
I was thinking.
Well, we're going to take a break now as these two sort of
shit.
Look at you, so evil.
I've never. This is my first time I'd be getting married. So.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's my fourth.
I've never been engaged.
I was like, what have I missed?
Someone said that, didn't they?
No, man.
Someone thinks it's his third marriage. Apparently.
Fucking Ross.
I've had to stop putting fucking things on Facebook. Because I swear to every single time, there's a million cunts you think I've never met, don't know them. But like you start like someone asks like is this his wife? What happened to his wife? And then someone underneath goes, oh no, he left there and then he got with someone else. He's married there, and then they broke up. And they give this. These just create a complete fiction about my life.
And when you write Paul Smith into Google, what's the first thing that comes up? Because now if you write Adam Rowe, and it just goes Adam Rowe, girlfriend. On my...
So if you type Paul Smith...
Yeah. You have to do it on Google.
Look, fourth one down. It's like people are just like...
Paul Smith comedian wife is one above Paul Smith trainers.
Fucking
and
it's weird how people obsess with those things.
That.
Yeah. Paul Smith comedian, tin star.
Smash that.
Paul Smith comedian net worth. Click that right now.
Net worth.
I'll tell you, my net worth is in my pocket.
56. What is going on?
Oh, that's the designer.
390 million.
390 million. Fucking hell.
Got some way to go to catch him.
You're hiding things.
I'm gonna
from
fucking
me.
find him one day.
Yeah. Let's hope HMRC know the difference.
Paul Smith comedy.
Yeah,
limited.
that's probably not.
That is me, that.
Yeah, but between
Total current assets £103,000.
What the fuck? Why are we reading
Why is that on the internet?
I saw that and I thought, Adam's like, let's get it up, get it up.
It's being disclosed. It's public information.
Fuck's sake.
Who's the nosiest cunt?
That's so funny. Oh, right. I've got some sort of have a wordy style things.
Well, because we get sort of people asking advice from Adam because he's such a great agony aunt, and we get people with problems. That's like momentum. But
People
we thought
know they're going to get honest feedback from me about their lives.
We thought with you guys in it would be good to do a bit of relationship stuff.
Yeah.
So we've been sent a few of them. We will work through them and see sort of how far we get. So you guys spend quite a bit of time apart, despite being in a very serious relationship, engaged to be married, and you do a podcast together, but you still live down on the coast and you're still in Liverpool. So we had a message come in from someone who's spent a lot of time apart because of lockdown. I just want to see what you think and if you can help them with their predicament or with his predicament. Shall I read his name?
Don't have to.
Okay. So this is from Dean. Where to begin? Since lockdown last March...
With a C.
With a C.
Yeah, Dean with a C.
Since lockdown last March, me and my girlfriend have spent most of the year apart due to the fact our parents aren't keen on mixing households. Before lockdown, we were looking to move out, but that didn't happen. Since I've got a lot of time to myself, I naturally watched a lot of porn. Do you watch a lot of porn when you're on your own, Paul?
Yeah.
You do?
Watches it when I'm there.
Does he?
Yeah. We watch
Really?
it together.
Yeah, but that's...
But she'll happily let me sit and watch
Yeah,
porn.
yeah.
Just have a little...
I mean,
Come on a leg.
Mummy's here.
Oh Jesus! Why did that?
Oh, that's so real, isn't it?
Why did that slightly
It's
turn me
so
on?
real.
Why'd you do this to me all the time?
You fucking done it to yourself.
So you come on her leg and she comforts you with Mummy's here.
And you're worth 103.
I'm not now. I have to pay her $100,000 for that.
This is something that happens. You'll have a go and she'll just give you mothering
She's
comfort.
nurturing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Find the comfort.
Oh my God!
But he's still the better parent.
Not in role play though.
No.
I'm a good actress.
Very good actress. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so open with your stuff. You're stand up when you're honest.
Yeah.
Like everyone responds to comics that are honest. When when you're watching a comedy, you're like, I don't believe you.
Yeah. I'm immediately
watching you when we gigged in Runcorn in the summer. Watching you work through stories is because you're an amazing storyteller. But when it's not polished, and you're working out which bits are going in, which bits are... that's almost like some of my favourite times to watch comics.
Yeah.
And I was behind the curtain and you were telling like a 10-minute story. And the Runcorn crowd were into it, but there was also an element of like, whoa, this is a lot of information. I love it when comics are like, I've just got to find out how much I can tell you.
It's weird.
And know when to pull the punch.
When you're working through, when you're working towards an hour and you know there's... because I had a bit similar last year, weirdly along the lines of a stripper spitting in my mouth and making me cut and saying like, "You're being a bad boy for Mummy," and me going, "Fucking hell, I'm into that. That's weird. I didn't know I was into that."
The stripper was me.
Yeah, that's how we met. But I knew that bit in the show worked amazingly. But whenever I did it in the club, and because it was like a 15-minute bit, whenever I did it as part of a set without enough time, because it was like 45 minutes into the show, and I had so much time to kind of establish and make sure everyone was comfortable first. But when you do it in a set, it was so jarring. And I think that's that bit, which I won't go into because it's in the next show, but that is the same. I know it's going to be good, but I have to just, there's a couple of times where I've had to just push through that bit because it's so...
Yeah, because if you get 20 minutes on stage and you're trying to work in 2 10-minute bits. You work into that.
Yeah.
You know you work into a bigger show, but really it'd be like, hey, who's drinking would go much better. But I love it. Like seeing a polished bit's great.
Yeah.
But watching you find those lines and it's sort of it's fascinating.
Yeah. We've had a lot of people commenting on the podcast, and 99% is dead positive. But then you get the odd one going, I've been a fan for years, but it's too much, this podcast. You're just talking about your sex lives and all that shit. And I was like, you can't have been a fan for years, mate, because that's my stage stuff is well worse than this.
Well, we got a message on Patreon last week, and I seen this last night when I was doing my prep.
Did you see it? It's amazing.
It says, really like this podcast, but when you talk about Mother Teresa and spunking, I've got to cancel my membership.
Yeah. So you're like, and as a podcaster, you've got to go, yep, fair one. It's not like I can be like, well, I don't think that's what we're about. It kind of is. I literally wore the fucking picture of Mother Teresa on my face. I went, yes, I'm a dirty girl.
Would you fuck Mother Teresa?
Not now.
She's dead now. But like, if she was like
Spoiler alert.
88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was single.
Yeah.
You like that? My mummy's good.
It's not
real mother's here.
Yeah. I just think, like, why wouldn't you? Because you might be into it, you know what I mean?
And also, you get to say you've shagged Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Great, that.
The problem
better
is,
than
if you are into it, it's a difficult lane to get into it, isn't it? Fucking octogenarian nuns.
It's probably a lot easier.
Really?
Do you know where they are? They're always in the home.
The convent.
Yeah. So you just get a job as, like,
Dry as
you know what I mean? Potted and a caretaker. Or
So in your head, to fuck 88-year-old nuns, you just become the caretaker of a convent. It sounds like one of the worst setups to a porn film ever. Oh my God. Ew. Paul's taking a job.
You dirty nun.
Cleaning the floor.
You dirty nun.
Who's the narrator there? Sounds like an episode of Dispatches.
The Secret Millionaire.
Documentary.
Oh God.
Right, so this lad, he's apart from his missus, and he started watching a lot of porn.
Oh, have we not finished the question?
I haven't even got to the question.
Oh God.
When I get bored, I've ventured into various categories on Pornhub, where I eventually landed on some trans porn. I loved it so much, I thought I would explore a bit of gay porn, as it's the same anyway.
Nope.
Your opinion, not mine. And it's absolutely turned my life upside down. I feel like an adolescent teenager who's just discovered his cock. I just cannot stop watching and masturbating to guys banging each other. I've always been straight, and I love Lisa, that's definitely not her real name, to bits, but it's getting to the point where I cannot wait for her to leave the house when she pays a visit once a week so I can whip the laptop out and get back to it. I don't feel gay. I've never been attracted to guys, but I'm having thoughts about doing the real thing. I don't want to hurt my girlfriend, so I can't say nothing to her. What the fuck do I do?
And that's from Rob Thomas in Liverpool.
He'd do very well in the gay community, Rob, I think.
He's a bear, isn't he?
He'd do very well, yeah.
Right, he's Baloo.
Yeah.
I think he needs to shag a fella.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon he needs to leave his missus?
Because
Can't shag a
it
fella.
sounds like he's young. Because they're both still living with the parents. So it's like they probably at late teens, isn't he? So he can't go through the rest of his life wondering whether.
But should he leave his missus first?
No,
or do this on the side and see?
What I think.
Yeah?
So basically...
Knee boots up.
Yeah.
This is serious.
I'm going to give it... basically, I think what the attraction to watching that is probably because it's wrong, and it's in his head it's wrong, yeah.
Right.
But like, if he was able to be open, now I know that's a tall order because most women would be like, "Are you fucking for real?" Do you know what I mean? So, but it's not being able to share it with somebody, and that's what makes it grow. Because if he could share it and maybe explore things with her. Like, do you know what I mean? And then maybe the desire wouldn't be so strong.
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because the other way round, if a girl goes to a guy, I've been watching some lesbian porn, and I think I'd like to try it. Most of us will be like,
yes,
let's talk.
Yeah.
But the other way round it's not as sexy.
We have to have this conversation because if I found out she cheated, but then it was with a woman, I'd be like, but if she said if she found out I'd cheated and it was with a fella, it would be worse.
Yeah, I think that's quite a normal stance for the relationship.
Yeah.
But Yeah, to me,
But
like if you get cheated on, you've been cheated on.
I just think like at the end of the
It is different. Like we've said this before, because if she goes with a girl, that girl is giving her something that you can't possibly do unless you're going to just grow a vagina, which is difficult, notoriously.
Yeah. It's a weird, just a difference
just
between the
get his
sexes,
missus
isn't
a
it?
strap on and go, here you go, love. I've got you that.
Do you not think he obviously, because that whole thing of like,
'Cause is it the
I've got
man?
bored of this porn. Like I've seen trans porn, and you're like, yeah, it's not something I'm into, but I'm not disgusted by it. It's never made me go full gay porn. Like I will watch porn to the point where I'm like, God, I've literally gone through all the genres here. You know, when you're on porn, you're like, I can't go to another category. Like I'm getting so specific. Like
That is the most terrifying. When you
But
come
I've
across a
never
video
gone
you've
gay.
seen before on porn, I'll be
But
like,
I think
I've got about 3 or 4
I've
favourites.
seen this. How's that happened?
I've got about 3 or 4 favourites that I just keep on a rotation.
Yeah.
have you bookmarked?
No, I just remember the names. Of them.
I have bookmarked
Remember
some
the
of my
titles?
favourite
What are the
scenes.
search terms?
They're the closers.
What are the search terms? Depends on what mood I'm in.
Tennis player.
Muslim
That's
squirter.
Oh, mate.
Oh, come on, bro.
Muslim squirter.
Muslim squirter.
Don't, let's just leave it hanging. I know we want to try and do add-ons. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Hell no, bro.
Middle Eastern midwife squirts all over ward.
Oh, yeah.
See, I-
What's
do
one
you
Patreon?
search for that? Do you search for that, or do you like? Because that's searchable shit. You got to search.
Yeah.
See, I'm more of
Yeah.
a.
Then you end up on a list in the Pentagon.
I just like a little roulette. Like so, I don't
recommended.
like. I like recommended
Sorry, what?
a roulette.
You put your Pornhub on shuffle?
I just like a little oh.
See
I'll
what's
get that
happening.
one. Yeah, I like a look about.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah, you're specific.
Have you ever?
I'm not.
Through that, have you ever found something that you're like, ugh, not for me?
Do you know what? I don't ever think, but I am intrigued, and I will watch a porn video from start to finish and not have a wank. Do you know what I mean? Just if it's intriguing, like out of pure fascination.
You just appreciate the cinematography.
No, just if it's
storyline.
something
The lighting
weird,
guy's done a
that's
fucking
not for
blinder of a
me.
job there.
No, but you know, like if something's weird and it's not for me, like I'll watch it out of interest.
Yeah.
If it's something mad.
You guys are a fun couple. You really are, aren't you? Let's be honest.
So you think he needs to shag a fella, and you think he needs to try and bring it up with the missus?
Yeah.
If Paul said to you he was into gay porn, would you be?
Well, I mean, we've explored all the areas, so.
Yeah, but you're not standard fare.
Yeah.
Have you
He's-
been watching Men Bumming?
I've watched gay porn.
Just do anything for you. I watched gay porn on the
Yeah,
podcast
do you know
last week,
what?
and it did fuck all.
I'll be honest with you.
He's like,
Sometimes, like, I go a lot darker when I'm hungover.
Me
Yeah.
too.
So
Yeah.
I
Too,
like horrible stuff when I'm
we
hungover.
just think
Little
the
people getting
horriblest
pissed
thing.
on.
So like, yeah, just fucking
Yeah.
disgusting stuff. So, and I'm not saying gay porn is disgusting stuff, but like I go a lot darker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I add a lot of search terms in.
Right.
And the thing is, he tells me, he rang me up and he goes, yeah, I went a bit weird on porn the other night. I went, oh yeah, it's just like a normal conversation. He went, yeah, I was shagging a fat bird in a car park.
With small tits.
Yeah.
Fat bird with small
She had
tits.
to have small. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Fancied it.
Big fat bird with small tits in a
Good
car
as well.
park.
And you can find that.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that thing when you're going round the Pornhub like houses and then you sort of come back and you're like, I just want to see some normal bonking or
Yeah.
a blowjob. Like you go so dirty, like,
No,
and
in
then you're
fact,
like, ah.
I do like blowjobs, but I only like the compilations.
Yeah.
I don't like blowjob porn. I fucking hate it. It's the one thing I won't watch.
Yeah, because
Hate
you're not
it.
getting none out of that, are you?
No.
I just
It's a
hate
sore
it.
throat.
It doesn't
Just
turn
a
me
sore
on
throat.
at all. It's horrible.
You're watching that
horrible.
going, I'm going to need some fucking Calpol after that.
Should we wrap up this pod because I'm getting, I feel like I need to go home. Come on, bro.
He's shoving his pipe up his bum in a minute.
You can't just go out and bang a man. It's still
can't.
cheating.
You can't.
I don't think.
You can't.
Nah.
Or is that best? He doesn't know if he's gay. Maybe he has gay feelings.
I don't
Is
think
it-
he's gay.
Does he?
Dean's
Yeah.
not gay. Tell him he's not gay.
Are
I
you
don't think
sure though?
Nah,
Are you
he's
sure?
not gay.
Because
There
I
is
you
the
don't know
Tell
possibility.
you, Dean's not gay.
There is the possibility, yeah,
He's bi.
that he's bi, but that's not
No,
what
he
I'm going to
just
say.
he likes the sexual aspect of
Taboo.
men
Maybe.
with men. That doesn't mean that he's bi.
Could
Because
be, could be an indicator.
I think that bi, to be bi, you have to say that you can have a relationship with both a man and a woman, right? I don't think just because like I watch lesbian porn, but some days I think, no, I'm not into that today. But that doesn't make me bi. I've slept with women. That doesn't make me bi.
It makes you more. It makes you more bi than it does straight, though.
No, because I would never be in a relationship with a woman.
Laurie, I love your.
It's the same. It's the same as you're a smoker. Do you know what I mean?
I love you. I have fucked a woman. I've sat on her face. I've worn it like a fucking glove puppet. But I'm not bi, and I don't smoke.
You're not bi relationship, but you are bisexual. Okay. Bi is short for bisexual, and you've had sex with both.
I'm not in Al Qaeda, but I've just blown up a few buildings part time, and I've never been a midwife in Tehran. Oh God!
I've never pissed on anyone.
Well, there you go. There's something you're not into.
Fucking tried, though.
Here's what I think. It's possible that he's watching this. If he's like me, which he probably isn't, when I watch something, a film, a program, porno,
Go on.
I put myself in it, don't I? You know this. In my head.
In every film?
Yeah.
So you're fucking Spider-Man?
No. I'm Mary Jane. No, but like I'm in the film. It's happening around me. Do you know what I mean? So maybe he's just being the postman. Maybe he just needs to bum someone. Like it doesn't have to be a man. That could be anyone's asshole.
Oh,
why can't he? Yeah, why can't he bum his missus?
Exactly. Just talk to your missus, lad.
Just put a bag
and say,
over
listen,
it.
I need to bum you because I'm into bumming. And then just imagine, draw some hairs on it.
I think this guy might
Get
need
a
to
Sharpie,
explore his
give it a hairy
sexuality.
bumhole.
Just be like, love, I'm going away with the lads for the weekend. She'd be like, oh, is it a boys' weekend? And you'd be like,
but like,
yes.
I might be talking out of turn here, but I bet there's a lot of men that secretly watch gay porn.
I don't think there is.
Maybe touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
I think what you're doing here is called projection.
You're right. I'm sure you're right.
I think I'm right.
But to email into this podcast, something's clicking, isn't it? It's not like, sometimes I watch, I'm not asked. He is asking for some advice because I think he knows. I think he knows what's coming. He's like, I cannot wait for my missus to leave the house. It feels like I've just discovered my dick. It's in the email, and he's emailing us to go, is this what I think it is? I think it is. I think he needs to explore it. Maybe he goes and does it and like goes to a gay club, snogs a guy and goes, did not enjoy that, and there's nothing there.
Gets the AIDS.
And then he knows that he's got a weird porn thing.
Did you just say get the AIDS?
Wow. Well, who knew it'd be a guest that got us cancelled? Snogs a gay guy, gets the AIDS. Come on, man.
Why'd you do this?
I can see your podcast is going to do quite well.
Mate, I swear to God, every fucking week, I'm like, this is going dead well, and I can feel it coming. And she just does something fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, and she gets away with it somehow. But I'm like, oh no, that's going to be the one. That's going to be the one. I'm going to be all over fucking Twitter tomorrow.
Well, take it from us. You never know when it's coming, but when it does, it takes about 8 days.
So we're going to close off today with a few apologies. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Are you both sorry?
I mean, I didn't say anything.
Are you sorry for everything you've said that could have possibly caused offence in this week's episode?
It was not my intent to cause offence, and my views are not the views of the Have a Word podcast.
No, but you are sorry if anyone has been upset by something you've said.
Yes.
Yeah, you are sorry. Just say that to the camera, please. Just say
I'm very sorry.
No, don't look at the camera. Look at each other. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry to you. I'm sorry for bringing your reputation into
Dean needs to
disrepute.
try a dick, doesn't he? Come on, bro.
Dean, you've got 4 different types of advice here. Dan wants you to go and explore your sexuality. Paul reckons you're gay.
No, I just said he needs to try
Needs to try it. Loz thinks bring it up at your missus, try and get it open, have a conversation. And I just think you need to bum something. And there you go.
Do you know, being gay doesn't mean you just like arseholes. You know, bumming isn't like that. Like gay men are like, I just love arseholes. On man, woman, fox, it doesn't matter. Just love an a-hole. Like bumming's not going to do it, is it? If it's not a man and he's gay.
It depends what he's into. He might not be gay. I think he might just like
Maybe he
bumholes.
likes getting bummed
He's arsehole sexual.
and not doing the bumming.
Arsehole sexual.
What?
I'm not saying he's gay. I'm saying he likes bumming.
Maybe he likes
What
being
is that?
bummed.
That's not a type of sexuality.
Maybe it's a new thing.
LGBT bummer.
LBB. Add a second being.
LBGTQ.
Yeah. He might just be into bumming. He might be gay. I don't know. But start by just bumming anything.
And if you
You can get your
And if
hands
that
on.
doesn't answer the question, then bum a fella.
And I tell you this, guys, not to bring it back too harshly, but if you are going to get bummed, you want to clean your anal area with Manscaped.
Promo code word, of course. Yeah, just bum something. Anything you can get hold of. What do you mean, don't?
That's not.
Anything
The
you
guy's
can
watching
get
gay
hold of.
Not a
porn.
good first
And
step.
you're like,
Because that's still cheating, isn't it? So you're saying bum your girlfriend?
If she's up for it, and if
You're
not, leave her.
missing the point. He might like to be bummed.
Yeah, but that's
So
step
how
2,
can he
innit?
do that?
So
No,
the-
because I don't think that's that stage. I think he wants to be bummed.
Maybe he's already bummed his bed and it just hasn't done
Yeah,
so.
maybe.
Well, if that's the
he
case,
wants
then,
to be bummed.
then go and get
I
bummed.
feel like we need Dean to call in because we haven't got enough information
I
yet.
feel like, look, if
you
you've
could
bummed your
call
beard,
in.
if you've bummed your beard already
not
and that
live.
hasn't done anything, then
Dean.
go out there and get bummed.
It's not lighting up, Paul. You know, because it's not actually gone out.
Email him and say Isabel, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
What an absolute nightmare that would be.
Imagine.
Dean, hey, mate, you know you emailed in. I've got you on speakerphone.
Do you want to be bummed?
Look, lad, listen, here's the steps in the order to do them. If you've already done any of these steps, right, then ignore them. Bum your beard. Bum a man. Get bummed by a man.
But how does
And
he?
you're done, pal.
All right,
You were trying for
But-
a fourth one.
it's not
And
as
then
easy.
have a think.
Can't
Weigh
you
it
just
up.
start like kissing a fella?
It's not as easy though, is it? Think about that. If you're a straight guy, straight guy, and you can't just go and bum a fella or get off with a geezer. Like, oh, all right, can I bum you? You just can't do that. You have to go on Grindr. There's a lot of things involved
Okay.
that you have to do to eventually meet up with a guy
Laurie.
to then bum him.
All right, it's not that hard, is
I
it?
know.
It is.
If you take women out of the conversation, it's dead easy. Men can just go, "Are you gay? Do you want to bum me?"
Yeah, but
like it's
if
easier.
you're trying to conceal it or be secretive about it, it's hard to get yourself out there.
Wait till the holiday opens.
What?
Bum your beard. Bum a man. Get bummed by a man. Have a think.
Compare notes,
Compare notes. Then decide. what you
and
want
then
to do.
email in. Have a
That's how
word
you
pod
go.
at gmail.com. God, we really got delving into Dean's sex life, didn't we? I hope he finds love.
I do.
Yeah.
I hope you find.
I
The answers you're
loved
looking
your
for.
like, yeah, I've slept with women, but I'm not bisexual. Yeah, you can
I
unless you.
just think bisexual, you have to want to be in a relationship with that.
No, because it's bisexual,
No, but I just don't
not
think-
by cohabiting.
I wouldn't class myself as bisexual.
Yeah, but by the definition of bisexual, everyone else would.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
but we support your choices.
But is that
Yeah.
true? So, like, if he discovers he's gay, but he has had sex with a woman, does that mean he can never be gay? He's always bisexual?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That is a good point.
No.
that is a good
No.
point.
No.
Well, that's what you've just said, though.
No, it isn't.
Because if she's had sex with a
you're
woman, but then
ignoring-
decided that she doesn't, that's not for her, then she's still,
Yeah.
then goes back to being straight, doesn't
Oh
she?
yeah, I suppose
But-
you've done the
Yeah,
market
yeah.
research
Yeah,
and you know for
exactly.
certainty.
And this is when I was in my 20s. Like, I haven't recently.
But you
done
wouldn't do that again?
No.
Oh, so but would you say that at the
I
time
wouldn't
that was?
seek to go and sleep with a woman.
But
no.
that was bisexual.
But did
that
you
would
enjoy
be-
it?
It was by accident.
By accident. She was just lay there.
I'm not bisexual. I'm by accident. I don't know if you meant to do that joke, but that was a fucking corker. Are you bi? I'm by accident. It's in my 20s.
But you're ignoring.
Okay, now.
You're ignoring the complicated issues around coming out as gay and like that everything we're brought up with from literally childhood all the way through is normal, heteronormative is the same, isn't it? You're
but-
taught to be
Yeah,
straight.
but what I'm saying about that, let's say Dean goes and has sex with that fella and then goes, okay, it was just a porn thing. In reality, it's not for me. I'm going to go back to your
That
missus.
doesn't make him bi, does
He's
it?
not bi then, is he? He's,
Oh, I know I know what you mean. But at the time,
But did you enjoy it?
when you were having sex with women? That was quite bisexual, wasn't it?
Well, I used to work in a strip club behind the bar.
Right.
And it was my birthday. And it happened like they got the two of the strippers got me. Look at your face.
I need to get a bar job in a strip club.
And they give me a dance because
We haven't got a card.
And that's how it happened. So I never, do you know what I mean? So it never happened intentionally.
It was by accident. That was so funny. Listen, there's no judgment. I'm just interested by it. You know, I fucked a guy called Jeff, but it was ages ago, and things have changed.
Did you fuck him? Were you the bummer or the bummy?
I was joking. But you've not have heard about that. I've 150 episodes. I was seeing a guy called Jeff by accident. I don't know why we applied for a mortgage.
Pod over. Where can they find all your shit?
YouTube, it's Paul. What's the story, Paul and Laurie? If you search Paul and Laurie, you'll find us. Same on all the audio platforms that you can get. You know where they are because you get this one.
And your social medias will have already been on the screen.
Yeah.
But
and your OnlyFans?
At Paul is the Joker and at what on
at
Instagram?
Laurie Callow, but with a 0 in there.
That's the second. Yeah.
Sweet. Very good podcast. Well
It was
done.
a pleasure. Thanks very much,
Did
guys.
You just end with like an Indian accent.
Yeah, we did.
No, that was my Sheffield accent. It's just
Say
really
sorry
bad.
now, and if anyone takes offence to that.
I'm very sorry,
Sorry.
to the mining town of
Do
Sheffield.
it in the accent. Say sorry in the accent.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So sorry. Goodbye, Felicia.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.